All right. I think I'm ready to go here. Got everything set up. I hope. I hope. Uh, Alrighty. How is everyone doing today? I'm just gonna start now. Mine as well. Hope everyone's doing well. I know that I haven't made any content in a while about Philip. Been kind of distracted by a few things. Life in general is picking up, especially with work, because working retail and it's the holiday season, unfortunately. So, pretty busy with work. And then on top of that, been kind of addicted to Dragon Age Veilguard and some other games. So, been kind of playing that a lot. Not having a whole lot of time to really dedicate to Philium that much, but I have been watching other detractors content in the background, like while I'm playing a game or while I'm just, on my whatever free time I have, just watching it. So been kind of trying to keep up with that when I can. I don't even know where to start because I'm so far behind on everything. Right. But there was this one pre-stream on November 8th, and that was the same day that he got his PS5 Pro came in. The gift that he was given by a fan of his, right? Oh, it's a fan gave me this. Sure, bullshit. He bought it himself. Basically admitted to buying it himself, pretty sure. But yeah, and like this was a particular he must have been on something for this fucking because it's just well, we're gonna find out because I'm gonna watch this particular pre-stream of his, not the actual. Is there actual gameplay in this stream, or did he spend the whole time unboxing and setting it up? Okay, maybe I'll have to watch the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'll try to speed it up and skip some parts. I don't really care about the parts where he's eating food. I'm gonna skip parts of that. I'm more interested in seeing the pre-stream itself and maybe some of the unboxing shit. I'm not really interested in him testing out the games because, meh, you know what I mean. And like, to be fair, like at this point in stage, I kind of feel like the PS5 Pro is a waste of money. I'm sure there is probably some graphical fidelity that makes certain games look better than others. But the real games so far currently that are compatible with it are games that Phil has either dropped, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or I think most of the ones that were dropped or that are involved, he either dropped or never played or already beat. Right? So there's no point in him getting it, obviously. And he has a gaming PC that he could play almost all these games on PC. So like that'll probably look better than the PS5 Pro. So I don't really get the point of this. But Philip's never been very smart either. So he just loves to waste money because he's the biggest fucking consumer there is, right? Okay. So, might as well just get right up into it. Hope you're all doing well. I know it's been kind of a hectic couple of weeks. A lot of crazy shit going on. It's the holidays, so hopefully everyone's been being safe and preparing. Hopefully you got your turkey early, because if you go now trying to buy your turkey now, a week before Thanksgiving, you might have difficulty finding one. I don't know. But we'll have to see if this is too low or not.
excited. It is Friday, the 8th of November, 2024. I hope you all have been doing well. I hope you had a good day yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. I really did. And I hope that all of you have been enjoying everything going on. What a day today with PS5 Pro coverage, folks. I'm very excited. In fact, already to prepare for this, I went ahead and unhooked my base PS5, which actually, incidentally, is the disk drive version, but I only used the disk drive once ever, literally once.
So this is the same PS5 that he scratched up when he was unboxing it, right? Like he dropped his fucking PS5 controller on it and scratched it up, I'm pretty sure. Which I thought was rather funny, but yeah. Also, if I remember correctly, well, yeah, no, he got the PS5, the disc, like I have this same PS5 with the disc drive version. I use that disc drive all the fucking time because the majority of my games are physical. I love collecting physical games, right? And you can only own a game if you own it physically. If you own it digitally, you're kind of just borrowing it and it might eventually go away, right? When it gets outdated, like, you know, I don't like that. I like having a physical game. So I use my disc drive all the fucking time.
Once for Divinity 2. Yeah, it was Divinity 2. Outside of that, I've never put a game into this thing.
Yeah, you never beat that game either, even though you were making a really cool thing where I'm doing
side-by-side comparison of the two. Just so you know I'm not lying to you. Oh, here it is. It arrived yesterday in the mail. No issues. I'll talk a little bit about that because
why would anyone think you were lying to us?
On time or not?
Drama. What?
It's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited for today. A full day of coverage, both streams, covering this beast of a console. All right, good stuff. I love the racing stripes because you know those are definitely going to enhance the quality of games played on it. Whenever your console has racing stripes, you know you're in business.
I don't think those are actually racing stripes, but
so I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you're preparing for awesomeness coming up soon. I mean, this coming week, I'm going to be playing probably 1 to 2 new games. We've got other new stuff around the horizon.
No one is that excited for your gameplay, Phil. Hate to break it to you, but not even your dents are that excited for that.
We've got DS Politics. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember,
oh, that was a fucking joke, too. The DSP Politics bullshit.
To this.
The is how you do govern. Okay, Jade. It's such a fucking mess, too. Because his takes were so lukewarm and fence-sitting.
I just don't know exactly when yet.
All he did was fence-sit the entire fucking election bullshit.
And if you're wondering...
Gee, I wonder...
Wait, well, when is this happening? What's going on?
And he never even voted anyway.
Basically, as I've explained on my last show...
Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit. I don't think I'm actually going to try to cover any of his DSP politics bullshit because it just makes me so pissed off. Like, if you didn't vote for anyone, you don't have the right to bitch and complain. I'm sorry, you just don't. And like him of all people who knows nothing about politics, and I'm not over here pretending I'm like some political fucking expert, okay? Like I don't know a whole lot about politics. Like I know more about politics than Phil does, but that doesn't make me some like professional fucking politics expert either. I don't know a whole, like I admit I don't know everything about politics. I don't. Right? I'm not a political streamer, right? But I know more than fucking DSP. And I'm not over here pretending to make my own politics show based on it. No, I'm not. Yeah. Like, we're getting moral fagging from DSP. The same guy who has done tax fraud, tax evasion, lied under oath in court. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think you get to, like, fucking scold other people on their morals and shit like that when you're an actual criminal according to the law itself, Phil. Sorry. How you doing, Doomer Ziggy? But yeah, it's just fucked up.
Oh, and I made a highlight video about it.
And it's just like, it would just piss me off too much. And I'm like, I don't like this. It's not that fun when I get upset that bad. And I'm pretty sure him talking about politics would piss me off. I saw a little bit of someone. I know he's doing it right now as I'm streaming. I know he's doing his second political show on Kick. But like for his first show, I saw someone restreaming it, and it was just kind of irritating and annoying me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna cover any of this shit Because you know what's going to happen. He's just over there fence. Like, it's very clear that he's Republican and right-leaning, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a Republican, right? There's not. But the way he tries to hide that fact and how much of a pussy he is, that he was too afraid to come out and admit that until we got a Republican in office, even though Trump is not in office yet. But because Trump won the election, right? So Trump won the election. And so now that Trump won the election, Phil feels emboldened to admit that he is right-leaning now. I'm like, no shit, we all knew you were right-leaning to begin with. But he was refusing to admit so up until Trump won the election. Which just goes to show how much of a fucking pussy he really is. He's too afraid to stand on his own convictions until he feels the general majority of the public is on the same side he is. Then he'll speak up. But up until that point, he's too afraid to stand for his own convictions. And it's really pathetic.
I'm going to be starting a politics show. That's going to probably be like maybe once a week on a night, streamed exclusively over on Kick. Starting sometime this coming week. I just don't know when yet. Because here's the deal. I don't want to start up a show on Kick like that, but then be in direct competition with the guys from Kino Casino, who essentially gave me this rejuvenating boost that allows me to do new...
What boost, Phil? There is no boost going on. In fact, like, I think it was yesterday, the day before, you were kind of like, oh, I don't know them that good. They're not really my friends. You were like basic... Like, I never thought that DSP would be the one to back away from this streaming relationship you and Kino Casino had. I thought for sure Kino Casino would be the ones to dump you, not you dumping them, basically. So it's just kind of funny. It's like, oh my god, Worski's possibly incarcerated or like in because he was on drugs. So he might be in like a rehabilitation rehab center. Oh my gosh, I don't know who these fucking people are. Who's Andy Worski? I don't even fucking know. These guys, no, they're just like acquaintances. I barely know them. I'm like, anything to get out of the drama involving them, I guess. Yeah, but like Doomer Ziggy, he's not making enough to profit off of that. Because like Trump is all for like giving the upper 1% more money and more tax breaks, right? But Phil is not making enough money to be among them. So he's not going to get those tax breaks set up for the super rich that Trump is going to try to push through, because he did it last presidency that he had. He's probably going to do it this presidency. He'll like adjust the books so that rich people don't have to pay as much in taxes as they should be. You know what I mean? But that doesn't benefit Phil at all. He's not making enough to qualify for that.
The kind of stuff, right? If I'd done a show like this a year or two ago, no one would have cared besides my detractors, but now actually people care.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. The fucking Kino Casino are just as much a lolcows and flawed individuals as the people they were making fun of, if not worse. Like, I knew Andy from like, well, I don't know him personally, obviously, but I knew of him as the dumbass who's like, aim, we got a gun, I'm calling the cops, aim now, like that fucking bullshit. Like, he was a fucking lolcow. He still is. And then he was pretending to be sober for a year when clearly that wasn't the case. And like, okay, so he's doing drugs. Okay, so he's in rehab. That's not the worst thing to do. I'm glad he's getting help if he actually is in rehab, because it does kind of suck to be addicted to stuff like that, right? I'm not like judging him entirely on that. But, and then fucking PPP showed his asshole alive, which is disgusting. Like, fucking disgusting. So it's like, these are two flawed individuals that are just as much flawed, if not more so, than the people they were making fun of. They have no leg to stand on. They're not like superior to anyone else. It's all hypocrisy. It's like, why are you making fun of all these other people who are down in the luck when you yourself are just as much of a fucking clown? You know? It's like, why should I have any respect for Kino Casino when they don't deserve it? Just like Phil. Phil doesn't deserve respect either.
And I was like, dude, it would be pretty messed up if I debut my politics show and I go head to head with Kino Casino on Kick, I want to do it on a night they're not broadcasting. So I'm actually waiting to hear back from them.
Yeah, I don't know enough about
Worski
for that though.
And I want to do it on a night that they're going to be off. Okay. So great stuff coming up.
Are you really clapping for yourself? Well, so yeah, good stuff coming up, guys. I'm so popular. I'm doing such a good job. Really?
Clarify. So I've needed a pair of good sunglasses for many, many years, and I haven't had one. Those glasses you've seen me wear recently, remember I just wore that pair when I was on Kino Casino with a Ghostbuster? They're not real. Those are costume glasses. You can't see through them at all. They're not actually sunglasses. So, knowing that Flight Simulator is right around the corner, I got myself a nice spiffy pair of aviators that we can wear while I'm flying. We need them, you know? And also, let's be honest here.
It's so fucking cringe. It's so fucking cringe, obviously, right? But it's like, well, I got sunglasses, brand new sunglasses for this game, where I don't even bother to learn how to actually take off or actually land like a video game. I literally just use it as autopilot. Like, he's playing a game where he doesn't even play the game. Literally, this whole flight simulator thing is a way for him to make more money from his dents, because he doesn't actually play the game. He just cheats and uses the autopilot system for the plane to automatically fly him from one area to the other area. He doesn't bother to learn how to take off or land, which is the simulation part of this sim game. And then he's just going to try to rake in money from his dents for whoever pays the most will go here and there, when you can literally do the same thing for free on Google Earth or whatever. You know what I mean? It's such fucking bullshit. And like, I don't think he's probably going to make as much money as he probably thinks or hopes he's going to make off of the flight simulator. Is Derek even still there? I thought Phil had banned him or something. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he faked banning Derek and didn't actually ban him. But
here,
it's definitely a regarded game.
I gotta wear shades. Things are really picking up around here when it comes to the stuff I'm covering and the excitement levels.
No, it hasn't. This is all self-delusion, Phil. You're not in a better spot than you were a year ago. In fact, you're probably in a worse spot, I would argue. The general... how do I phrase this? The general view of you on the internet has not actually changed at all. Just because a very niche, small subgroup of scumbags and losers called Kino Casino was pushing you up, quote unquote, right? And some of their fans went to you, does not mean the internet overall has a better outlook on Philip Burnell, DSPGaming now, right? Like, he overestimates vastly the reach that Kino Casino has on the internet. He thinks like Kino Casino can make or break the careers of people online, of online celebrities, when that's not the case at all. Like, who gives two shits who or what Kino Casino promotes or doesn't promote? You know what I mean? That doesn't affect the majority of the internet. It really doesn't.
I'm having a great time. I know you guys are too.
I see.
We got all kinds of contributions already came in. I'm going to shout them out in just a moment. I really appreciate y'all, you guys. I really do. Like, all this is possible because of all of you. So thank you guys so very much.
The majority of people online only know Phil as the person who masturbated on stream. And that's all anyone's ever going to know DSP for, is that. He'll never get away with that. That's why he hates Rich so much, because Rich keeps reminding him of that. I mean, it's true. It's not, like, unfortunately, it is. It's like no one's ever going to remember you for anything other than fapping online.
Which is awesome. Yesterday was a really good day I want to tell you about. Amongst other things, great things happening, right? Yes, everyone's happy to see Jasper Kitty. He's here today. He's excited to be on stream.
See, Jasper isn't dead, guys. He's still alive.
Jasper Kitty loves it, right, buddy? Yes. So, we're gonna get started.
It's really cringe to see him interact with the cat. I don't think
not this kitty.
I don't think DSP should be allowed to have any pets. He shouldn't be in control of any living animals at all. You know what I mean? He is clearly not mentally well enough to take care of another living being. most lolcows aren't. Like, most lolcows should not be in charge of another living being. They can't even take care of themselves, let alone an animal.
What's below him down here? See that? The goal, Jasper. You silly cat. The goal. We have hit 55 straight streams, hitting my goals and crushing my trolls. Yes, we've done it. That means today, on this very first stream,
crushed?
Which is going to be this podcast and the live unboxing and the hooking up and testing of the PS5 Pro. When we hit this, not if, but when we hit this, we will officially hit this week's reward. This week's reward is a special episode of DSP Tries It, where I'm going to have authentic Japanese food from a local restaurant that just opened up recently.
Cringe.
And it's not
it's
sushi and teriyaki. Not even close. This place has realistic, very authentic Japanese cuisine. The likes of which
it probably is not all that realistic or authentic, Phil. It just claims it is for fucking Westerners like you.
So it's going to be exciting to order off their menu and test some new things. So I'm very pumped for this today. I hope that you guys are too. Let's get it going. Let's get some contributions coming in, get the momentum rolling. The sooner we hit.
So I wanted to, I made a community post not yesterday about this, but I wanted to just verify, say it again, because it's hard for me to phrase it in a way that is concise and makes sense. But let me try. Right. So his goals currently does not fucking matter at all. His goals hit thing, or the King's Coffers, or whatever the fuck he wants to call it now, doesn't make any fucking difference. It is literally a count of the regular amount of support he would normally get on average. It's not like he's making extra money off of these goals. I've heard other detractors say, oh yeah, well, he said that if he gets up to 276 goals hit, he'll finally play Stellar Blade, and that's an extra $13,000. But it really isn't. It's not in addition. Sorry, I accidentally hit my monitor. If his goals hit makes it to 276 or whatever, right? Or whatever the last streak was, it doesn't fucking matter, because that's not extra money in addition to what he's already making. That's just the normal amount he would normally make on a day-to-day average anyway. He's not, because this isn't a tips goal. This is not extra money that is added on to the super chats and memberships that he normally gets anyway. This is literally just the normal amount of money he normally fucking gets. If you go back and you add it all up by the average of super chats, super stickers, memberships, and the regular tips that he would normally get on a day-to-day basis, that adds up to basically what he has here now. It's his normal amount that he normally will get on a day-to-day basis just for streaming normally. He's not making all this extra money. It's literally the same money he would always make no matter what anyway. So, and it's you could go further in and add it all up and do the calculations, but I'm not bothering to do that because honestly, I'm not that good at math. But from what I can understand and what I can see, it's literally just the normal amount of money he would normally get. But he's making this to be some big deal. He's still pretending that this goals streak thing is tips only. Now, if it was tips only, because all the other streaks that failed before this point were just extra tips, right? And that's why they failed. Because eventually that's going to fail. Because they're not going to keep giving him $150 in extra tips, right? The vest streak was a fluke. It was a fluke. That's not normally how it goes, right? And all these other the tips goals that failed before this, prior to this, also failed. They didn't get very high. But this last time, he decided to combine all the super chats, the memberships, everything like that. And if you go and check it day to day, the actual tips he gets per day is not that much. The majority of it seems to be coming from super chats, seems to be coming from memberships, right? And that's normal amount of super chats and memberships and shit like that he would normally get. even the tips that he's getting on a day-to-day basis is the normal amount of tips that he would normally get. So really, it's not a streak at all. It's literally just the average amount of money he normally gets on a day-to-day basis. So in order for his goal to really, really fail, it would have to be an incredibly slow stream. A very, very slow stream where like almost no one is donating anything whatsoever, right? So it's like, it's not crushing the trolls. We don't give two shits. Even if it was all extra tips and extra income that he's earning, we still didn't give two shits. So like, why would we care now when it's even less relevant and doesn't really mean anything? You're not making extra money more than you normally would. If anything, if you go back and look, I think he's making less money this year than he was last year. He's clearly losing viewerships. It's clearly only like 4 to 5 fucking detractors. Yeah, right. 4 to 5 dents that are giving him the same amount of money. It's like, oh, I see in a couple other fucking people. That's it. Holding this guy up, which is that's always been the case, obviously. But at least, yeah, you're right, of what we can see. Because I guarantee you, there have been times where DSP has fake tipped himself in order to keep the streak going on, which is really fucking pathetic because the streak doesn't mean anything anyway. It's like, oh, welcome to Whose Line It Is Anyway, where the tips are made up and the streaks don't matter. You know what I mean? It's like, but the illusion of this streak continuing is like, it helps him set this false illusion narrative that he's being successful. So he wants the streak to continue. So he's just giving himself all these fake tips. Every time you hear him say, oh, well, I had this huge tip that came in when I was doing the daily wrap, or oh, I must have missed this tip from yesterday, so we actually did hit the tips goal. These are all fake tips, right? And then it's like, oh, well, why would he actually give himself money? That's not the case. He's literally just pushing a button because he controls the pop-ups that come up, right? It's not actually tied to Streamlabs or anything. So he can literally just push one button and a fake message will pop up saying someone gave him X amount of money and be like, oh, thank you, shubbity bubbity, for the $5, $50 tip, right? But it's not a real tip. It's not a real donation because it's not actually tied to anything. He can just hit the button and pick any name he wants and it'll pop up, right? So it's not really him giving himself money. It's him creating the illusion that the streak is continuing is all it is. And he has mentioned himself multiple times that you all don't know how much money I'm making on a day-to-day basis. I'm telling you how much money I'm making, but I could be lying about that. I could be like fudging the numbers and making fake tips. He's literally said this. I'm like, Phil, why would you admit to this? Why are you telling us this? When like, it's obvious we knew this ahead of time anyway, but why would you just go out and admit it like that? You know, like that just makes you like more suspicious and more obvious that you are faking it, right? But even if he isn't faking it, even if it is real, it doesn't matter because he's not making all this extra money. He really isn't. It's the general normal amount of money he would normally make. But I digress. Let's continue before I continue ranting.
Did it better? All right. So let's, you know what, speaking of which, let me do some shout outs. You're so silly. He doesn't want to move. He just wants me to pet him. Look, he just wants me to pet him constantly. He just wants me to do the show today. So first of all, shout out to Dick Jones, who gifted
I do remember that
memberships on YouTube this morning so far. Thank you so much, Dick Jones. That is the equivalent of about $15 of support.
And then he got pissed off because people were saying, why didn't you count that? Why didn't you count that?
So let's get that up on the leaderboard, shall we? Our first contributions. Cool. Thank
God,
you so much.
His haircut is so fucking bad. How do they keep fucking up his hair over and over again?
There we go.
Why does he think that looks good?
I received several tips. Let's take a quick look here. So the first tip of the day.
Several tips. Like I said, fake tips.
Is from a troll. The second tip of the day.
And most of these troll tips that he keeps getting, right, like, are probably charged back, I would imagine, right? Because if he's not reading it off online, that's enough to charge him back for it because he's not acknowledging it.
Rhino Bunghole tipped me $1 and says you should cosplay as Eve, the main character from Stellar Blade, when you inevitably play it. Well, we announced this the other day. Says people were absolutely so desperate, all right, to see me play Stellar Blade. I said, I'll play it. When we hit 276 straight stream streak, which would tie the vest goal from 2020. If we do that, I'm dead serious about this too. If we hit
it wouldn't really tie the vest streak though, would it, Phil? Because with the vest streak, again, with the vest streak, that was all extra money in addition to the normal amount of money you were normally making. This time around, it would just be 276 days of making the normal amount of money you normally make anyway. There's a difference there. So technically it would tie the number of it, which I'm pretty sure he faked some of the tips for the vest streak also. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't actually at 276 anyway, but it would just be 276 days of hitting the same amount of income he normally makes anyway. So that just still, he thinks this is somehow crushing the trolls and we're crying and upset and punching walls because of this. Well, no, it's just the normal amount of money you would regularly make anyway. Why do we give a shit? Why does anyone give a shit? Why do you care? It's because of the illusion of success. And that's all he has left.
276, I swear to you, I will play Stellar Blade. It's happening. Well, we got to hit 276 with no interruption. No, we have an off stream. No, there's no off streams. The streak must continue. When we hit it, we do it. It's that simple. Okay? So let's keep that momentum going, keep the support flowing, and then you're going to see Stellar Blade. Got it? All right. So thank you for that $1 tip. Name that I'm not repeating at all. That's disgusting. And I received a $1.15 tip from another troll. So I'm just going to ignore them because they're a moron. Okay. So let's get our first tip up on the leaderboard. And then I believe we got a super chat as well. I received a €2 super chat from Game Ticker, who says, what was the first console handheld you ever owned? The first actual gaming device that I owned was Pong. Just Pong.
Handheld device, or?
It was one of the 5 zillion, because there were so many back in the day, dedicated Pong home consoles. It was just
he asked
like
handheld
a big
device.
Rectangular piece of plastic. I think it was gray. Had 2 knobs that were like black, and
that's
I think
not handheld
stuff around them. And you would plug it in. What's up, Jade? How you doing this morning, Jade? Good to have you here today.
How you doing,
so you hooked it up to
Jade?
your old tube TV via the old cable
that's not
device.
handheld
It was
device.
one of those little boxes. Dedicated Pong gaming device that I owned. Chat from Game Ticker, who says, what was the first console handheld you ever owned? The first
he said
actual
console
gaming device that
never mind.
Like a metallic stuff around. So you hooked it up to your old tube TV.
I thought he said handheld device. My bad.
Thing. It was one of those little boxes that had like those little forks, metal fork things. You had to stick them into the back of your TV and like screw it in. So you do that.
Yes,
you
people know how that works.
And then it would be
Phil.
Pong. And it was just 2 paddles with a ball that didn't look like a ball, it looked like a square. And it had numbers to count the score. And then you would hit the reset button on the console to reset it. There was no sound whatsoever. It was just visuals. And it was just black and white. So what you would do is you would go into your tube TV settings to change the color scheme. See how my background is changing colors right now? So you would mess with the TV settings. You'd make it like purple, pink, blue, green instead of white. And that's how you got color.
Yeah, my background's changing colors. Wow, it's so fancy.
Now, if you mean what was my first interchangeable game home console? The Atari 7800. That was backwards compatible with the Atari 2600. So I had games that were both from the original Atari and
my first was the NES.
Like Food
was
Fight,
the first
Moon Patrol
home console I had.
Ball Blazer, Karateka.
Well, we only had a couple
Asteroids.
games for it. We
just to
had
name a
that
few.
like Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt and Track and Field game. It was like all 3 in 1. And we even had the Track and Field pad, but it was like so buggy it didn't really like register the jumps and stuff like that all that great. So you would really have to smack, like it was on the floor obviously, you would really have to smack the pad in order to like register the runs and shit on it.
Oh, Jungle Hunt. Everyone remember Jungle Hunt? That was a good game.
I never actually had an Atari console.
So anyway, yeah, good stuff. That was my original stuff.
Or
I'm an old school dude,
ColecoVision,
right?
I think it was, and Intellectual
2 years old, so I played
Vision.
probably
I've
more
never
games
had
than most of
those.
you out there. Okay, continuing on. Holy macaroni. I have received a whopping $50 tip from Iron Chef Sakai, who says, where's Goose Maverick? Highway to the danger zone.
Cringe. Skip.
$50 for tips. So if you tip various levels, you're going to see different animations now. So thank you.
Yeah, all the same animation over
Iron
and over
Chef
again.
Sakai received an $11 tip. Thanks for the $11 tip.
Can we skip the
The
tips
goal.
so we can get to the point?
Get some sub support over on Kick. Who's going to be the first person?
More
to
begging,
give a
even though we
sub
just
over on
got
Kick,
like
become
80
a sub
bucks in
themselves
tips.
and join the Founders
Still
Club.
got a fucking
Let's see if we can do it today.
beg
All
mode.
right. Very nice.
No, it was a real thing. We had one. But again, like, I don't know if it was because it was so old or just wasn't the best quality. It just
Jade, what do you
didn't
mean?
register very well.
This is good. He says,
And then we had
41
the-
months. What do you mean? Now we're at
The
55. The streak
duck
continues,
hunt gun,
right?
but it was
Hey,
like
I
the
really
gray
wonder if we
original
can get the streak to,
version
like,
before they changed it all to
279, or
orange.
276. That'd be insane. If we match the vest streak, that would be legendary. Do you understand how that would affect
It wouldn't
things?
really
My
be
detractors
legendary
already
though.
are-
You wouldn't be making nearly as much money as you did the last fast streak, Phil. You do realize that, right? Is he too stupid that he doesn't realize that, like, because you're counting this all up together, like, and guaranteeing you he's not saving all that money anyway, right? Like, when the first vest streak happened, he wasn't like altogether, what was it, like $20,000, $40,000 altogether for the whole vest streak. He didn't save all that money up together until the end of the vest streak and then had that lump amount. He was spending that every fucking month. So by the time the month that the vest streak ended, which I think, what month was that? Was that like in near the end of the year? I think I want to say, whatever month the vest streak ended, all that money was spent already. That money was fucking gone, man, because he was spending it in WWE Champions. He wasn't fixing up his house. He wasn't paying off any bills he had. Because at the time that was before the bankruptcy, I'm pretty sure. So like he wasn't like paying off any of his credit cards. It was all going to WWE Champions. So by the time the last month of the vest streak happened, like he didn't have any of that money saved up at all. It was all fucking spent anyway, right? Because every month that money would just be draining out of his fucking bank account like crazy. A payment of $110.08 or whatever it was
are so insanely unhinged. They have no clue what's going on. They're so confused, right? So here's a quick thing we'll talk about. I don't want to talk about it for too long. It's just so hilarious. I want to bring it up. So, oh, your membership, Jade? Oh, Jade, 41 months as a member. That's what it was. Jade re-upped his membership for 41 months. I missed it. Thank you, Jade, for being a month for 41 months. A month for 41 months. A member for 41 months. I missed his re-upping of his membership. That's my fault. Sorry about that, Jade. Okay.
You didn't get my
So-
membership, DSP.
Let's take these off for now. So here's how nuts my detractors are getting because of my success. All right.
What
So
success?
55 straight streams of success.
See what I'm saying? Like he uses this fucking streak as success. This doesn't mean shit to us, Phil. Because guess what? The majority of your detractors make more than you do on a day-to-day basis. How is this success?
One, I don't know who it is, no clue, made a Twitter or X account called Detractor News. Okay.
Oh, that's you, Phil. That's been proven to be you. So shut the fuck up. It's either you or one of your fucking dents made it on your behalf, Phil. It's not an actual detractor that did that.
What they're doing is they are following my detractors on social media, and they are reposting in a parody way all of the shit that they're posting. They're following them
Exactly.
and they're insane.
Yeah, it is a
unhinged,
wrestling
obsessive
promo.
antics,
That's all
and
this
they're
is.
posting about it constantly.
Because
So
he's
essentially what
trying to
they're
be
doing,
the
they're
heel
trolling
again. He's always tried to be the heel. The villain? Really? Shut the fuck up, villain.
trolls. You see, these people have done this to me for the greater part of 10 years.
It's 100%. It's
systematically
him. Yeah,
harassed me, defamed
100%.
me, slandered me
It
through this-
talks just like him. He uses the same mannerisms he does. 100% it's
means.
him.
So now someone's doing it to them, and they can't handle it.
This just proves it's you, Phil, because whoever is in charge of that Twitter account doesn't seem to understand what trolling is in the first place. He's doing a really poor job of trolling the trolls, right? It's like it's trying way too hard to be a troll without really knowing how to troll people, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really fucking pathetic to watch them attempt to try to troll people when they literally have no idea how to actually troll people. And that definitely lines up with DSP himself. It really fucking does.
They've actually lost their minds. They've got insane conspiracy theories. They think it's me, despite the fact that this person tweets and does things when I'm on stream or on my day off. They're still insinuating it's me doing it.
Oh, yeah, because you've never been online on your day off fighting with trolls on Twitter before. All right, Phil? You've never done that on your day off. Like, it was literally his wedding night, and he was, like, scrolling Instagram, like, arguing with trolls for the wedding picture that he posted to his Instagram. So, yeah, okay, Phil.
No, I don't even have time to post on my own fucking Twitter, right?
Bullshit.
I'm an incredibly busy dude. I don't fuck around with trolling.
And that fake laugh he did, it's 100% hun. This is so pathetic.
Funny. They can't handle it. So now what's happening is they are having a break.
No, we're not. Oh my god. We're not having a breakdown because whoever is doing this is doing a piss poor job at trolling us back, right? Like, I don't give a shit. No one else gives a shit. We can actually handle trolling, unlike you. Like, we are literally over there laughing at this loser attempting to troll us just like we troll Phil, right? Because 100% it's Phil, and he's trying to give us a taste of our own medicine, but he's failing at it totally because he doesn't actually know how to troll people. He really doesn't. And it's so fucking funny. So why would anyone take anything this Twitter account says at face value? Why would anyone give two shits about what this Twitter account says? No one does. No one cares. But oh yeah, we're breaking down. We're having such a meltdown. Sure we are, Phil.
Breakdown because they're getting a taste of their own medicine. Do you get it? Like literally they're getting a taste of, oh, wait a minute. Someone's sitting here and making fun of me all day, every day, right? They can't handle it. So now their epic fucking, meltdown begins. Oh my God, someone has an eye on us. Like he's looking at stuff like that fucking dumbass Brain Dead podcast where they sat there and talked about like, what was it? Something about my cat for 8 hours or something like that? Like 8 fucking hours talking about my cat or something crazy insane.
Oh, you mean That Being Said? I'm pretty sure That Being Said has never made an 8-hour stream before, Phil. Now, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of That Being Said just because I kind of find it a little boring. I don't really find it all too entertaining, and I'm not the biggest fan of I'm not the biggest fan of Meerkat. So I'm like, I don't really enjoy it that much, but I'm pretty sure they only have like a 2 to 3 hour long show every time they do stream. So it's like they've never streamed for 8 hours, and they usually have multiple topics to talk about, not just your cat, Phil. Is he thinking of who's he probably thinking of? Steve? Like Steve of the Dead, maybe? He's maybe thinking of Steve of the Dead's one stream on your cat and how you mistreat your fucking cat. That pet abuse that you put onto the cat. That one, Phil?
Like that. And then they think that's normal behavior. And they have thousands of, mentally stunted brain dead losers who are also following suit and thinking that that's normal behavior and watching their garbage content.
Oh, yeah. We're all brain dead. We're all mentally ill. Gotcha.
Fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy. Not like my echo chamber over here, though, right, guys? By the way, you're all banned if you're not talking to me or about me. If you're talking about sports, you're fucking banned. You got to be talking about me at all times.
So, yeah, it's hilarious. I go check it out. You want to laugh? Watch this guy on Twitter and watch my detractors have a mental breakdown about it. They can't handle it. Today, they're still saying it's me. It's hilarious because someone made a post.
Because it talks like you. It walks like you. It's fucking you, Phil. That's how it is.
Man, this account really doesn't sound like Phil. Like the way it types and the way it's doing stuff.
No, it does. It sounds exactly like you, Phil. It talks just like how you talk. It has your mannerisms. It sounds exactly like you.
Sound like Phil. So it must be Phil.
He really thinks he's so smart, doesn't he? He really
joke
thinks
about all of this part of it. Here's the biggest joke.
It doesn't matter anyway.
The detractors actually don't realize something. They don't understand that since now, I've now had positive interactions with, you know, people much bigger than me, people who have good followings, who have now partially become part of my
people
audience.
much bigger than me that I told to go fuck off. Well, actually, they told me to go fuck off, and then I said, well, fuck off. Back. Wow, okay. So, like, who did you have that was much bigger than you? Stuttering Craig, who told you to fuck off, and you reacted like a little pussy and cut him off before you could say your final words to him, and you thought that was some self-owned or something. You had Keemstar, who's a lolcow in his own right, and basically a fucking loser at this point. Who else? You had... What the hell is his name? From the guy who owns Kiwi Farms. Wow, that's impressive. Kiwi Farms. And what was that? You had June the King was on there. And June the King just couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there because he was so fucking boring. So impressive, Phil. I'm super impressed with you. You're such a big name in the world of the internet right now. Like, wow. So impressed right now. Like, he really thinks that Kino Casino is, like, the end-all, be-all of, like, the online internet? Like, oh, there's no one higher than Kino fucking Casino. Medicare? Nah. I don't even know any other example. Like, who else? Like, Medicare is probably the top of the, commentary community, sure. But, like, if you got... Even the commentary community is a small niche of the internet at large, right? So it's like, even if you go beyond the commentary community, no one else is going to know who the fuck you are other than the loser who jerked off online. That's it. Like, the sphere of influence that you are pretending Kino Casino has is very disappropriate to the actual one they have, Phil. You really think this is like some gotcha moment and that this is some kind of pathetic redemption that you're having, even though it's really not. And you're not taking advantage of it, even if it was. Even if everything he says is true, which obviously it's not, he's not taking advantage of it in any way. He's not looking into the future. He's not changing for the better. And if anything, he's getting more unhinged, more delusional, and getting worse and worse as the day goes on. Or days go on, I mean.
Here's what they don't understand, all right? I used to be the world's biggest lolcow. Let's face it.
Still are.
But I've changed. And now things
I'm already getting mad. Why am I getting so mad? Why? You haven't changed at all. This motherfucker has been telling us he's changed like 10 years ago. What has this asshole changed? He hasn't changed at all. He's gotten worse than he was before. He's getting more aggressive, more paranoid, more begging way more than he ever has before. You haven't fucking changed, Phil. At all. You've gotten worse than you ever were before. If anything, you've stayed the same. Jesus Christ.
Turning much better. Like I said, the future's so bright. I gotta wear shades, right?
Really? That's pathetic.
I've got new games coming out, new consoles coming out, new shows start.
I thought you said before, new games aren't what make you popular. They're coming to see you, Phil. So is that not the case anymore? Oh wait, I forgot. Because he has a PS5 Pro, that's gonna bring all the eyes on him, and he's gonna make so much money. This is reactionary, like, straight ahead. What's the right word for it? It's like reactionary, living in the present type of mindset. He has no plans whatsoever for the future. He doesn't seem to realize that he's still only getting paid by a very small handful of people. The same handful of people as before. So it's like, what is your plans for the future, Phil? Are you saving any money for retirement? No. We're gonna see this asshole at age 70 trying to do the same fucking thing he's doing now, and he'll still be claiming that he's changed when nothing has changed. He just gets worse and worse. That's it.
Starting up. New attention. Unending levels
What
of ongoing
attention?
support. They can't handle
What?
it. What they
What
don't understand
support?
is that the detractors have become
The illusion of the goals being hit that isn't real? This is so pathetic. Oh, but we can't handle 55 streams of him making the same amount of money he would normally make anyway if this goals hit thing was not there. Oh my god. Because if this goals hit counter was not here, he'd be making the same fucking amount of money as he normally is. That's it. There's no extra money he's fucking making here. It's all the same. If piece of pieces like spreadsheet is still up, you can go and track this shit and you can see he's still making the same fucking amount of money he ever was. He's not making more than that. He's not making extra just because he's counting it now. This will be akin to, it's like, oh, I started this job 2 years ago, right? Well, this year I am counting how much money I make on my job, and I'm gonna count up as a goal. So every time I get my paycheck, that's 1. Next week, that's 2. Next week, that's 3. Am I making any more money? No, the paychecks are the same fucking size. But hey, I have this counter going here, and the counter is going up. Saying 3, 4, 5, every week that I'm getting paid, I'm putting a counter here. Now, again, not making any extra money. I'm not. It's always the same week. It's always the same amount of money I'm always making. But that counter's going up. And that gives the illusion that I am making more money than I am because I'm counting it now. And I never counted that shit before. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's no extra money being made. So why is, like, it's obvious why he's doing it. I mean, it's obviously illusion to give the illusion of success. It's a coping mechanism to pretend that he's doing better than he actually is. Clearly. But it's just so fucking cringy. It really is. As he should be, Doomer.
the lolcows. People are now turning their eye to my detractors, guys like Duty Streamed and Rea-Ack and Memology and the That Being Said podcast, and looking at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Who's saying that, Phil? Who? Huh? I mean, like, any of the people that you're talking about, no detractor is representative of the entire detractor community in general. Sorry, they're not. Maybe Tevin. Maybe, right? But even Tevin doesn't really talk about you anymore. So who? No one elected Duty Stream as the mayor of Detractorsville. Even that being said, isn't the voice of detractors, I would argue. Like, just because we have one or two spurgs in the detractor community, like Raven's Dolphin or Soma, that's not representative of the entire community, Phil. It's not. Sorry. And we're not some fucking hive mind that are all the same, that are all talking heads that agree on everything. I don't agree with everyone. I don't agree with fucking... Wow, I'm losing the... Whatever. I totally lost the name. But, like, I don't agree with every fucking detractor. I don't. And I don't think any detractor speaks for me. And I'm pretty sure other detractors think the same way. There's no one that's a representative of the detractor community, Phil. There really isn't. And if you actually knew and looked into detractors, you would realize that they don't do this for a living all day, every day. We're not terminally online like you are. We have lives outside of this shit, Phil, unlike you.
All nuts. You actually think that stalking this fucking guy who's just an innocuous content creator who just makes content for a distinct audience that likes him, doesn't go out of his way.
No one likes him, though. Every time I have not seen a single Twitter user agree or like any of the stuff that he says outside of your dense liking it, which just further proves that it's you that's doing it, Phil.
Bother or insult or have any problems with anyone. That's who you've obsessed over. You're nuts. And now that you got people like this fucking Twitter account that are looking at them, they can't take it. Wait, you're observing us as if we're the object of derision?
Well, Rydrake's pretty unique in his own right, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, because you are. All your actions, your insane thoughts and mantras and crazy cult-like beliefs are way more insane than anything I've ever said or done. In fact, no one agrees with the shit that you've even said about me anymore, right? Even people who are big time, who used to mention me all the time, aren't mentioning
Name them. Name them. Who the fuck are you talking about?
me. And then all of a sudden someone will bring me up and they'll be like, yeah, Phil, he's changed. He's not really doing crazy stuff or bad stuff anymore.
No one's ever said, X'd out. No one's ever said this shit. And you do know that, like, detractors get bored of you, Phil. They move on. They move on to better and more interesting things. Tevin has basically moved on from you. You had LSB has moved on. He's a fucking VTuber now, and he does VTuber shit. Theo has moved on. I haven't seen Theo done a new video in ages, unless he made a new channel somewhere that I'm not aware of. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't even really know who Arjun is, but I'm pretty sure Arjun has moved on too. Like, most people are moving on from you. The older detractors, anyway, are moving on because they're so bored. Because you never change, Phil. You're always doing the same stupid shit. The shit you're doing now is just akin as simultaneous to the shit that you were doing like 5-10 years ago. Nothing. You have not changed at all. No detractor is admitting that you have changed, Phil. Not a single one. Even the old detractors that left, they are not admitting that you have changed because you haven't.
Anymore. So
Detractors are the kind of people who hurt little animals for fun. Wrong. I would love to see evidence for that, because most detractors are better caretakers for animals than any lolcow will ever be. First of all,
really no reason to talk about the guy. When he makes a video, he makes a point, and people like are watching him now and listening. So really, there's no reason to bring him up in this joking context because there's no jokes to be made. But detractors are living again in this parallel fantasy dimension. They don't get that. They actually think it's still before, right? They do. They actually believe that, right? They're out of their fucking minds, right? Okay.
Yeah, right. So anyway. Okay, right. You guys agree with me, right? My little hug box that I've created here, you guys all agree with me, right? They're all they're the crazy ones, not me. No. I'm not crazy. Oh, did you hear that? No. Okay. Yeah, no. They're not crazy. They're the crazy ones, not me. No. Wait, hold on a sec. I think I heard something out the window. I got to check. Because you remember I moved into a gated community to get away from these nut jobs, remember? Yeah. Okay, so one sec. I'm just going to go to the window and check because I thought I heard something. Nope. No. Oh, there actually is a car in my driveway. Hold on. I got to shut down the stream. I got to see who these fucking people are. Oh, never mind, guys. There's just a DoorDash that I ordered from my fat-ass wife. Sorry about that. No. See, nothing has changed except for my wife's weight. That has changed a little bit. But other than that, no. Nothing has changed. No. See, I mean, I have changed. But they haven't changed. They're still living in the past, right? But they're the crazy ones. I'm not hearing voices. I swear I'm not hearing voices. What the fuck?
Let us go ahead and continue on with our day and not give them any more attention because they don't deserve it.
You were the
Don
one
McLean, for your
bringing the drama up,
Phil. You get a flight stick for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's not all that serious. For those who did not see my Flight Simulator content.
Yeah, because you don't even know how to land or take off in a plane, Phil. In the game, obviously, not in real life. Like, you don't even need a flight stick. You just hit autopilot in the game, and that's all you do. Then you sit back and hope to get money coming in for visiting virtual locations that anyone could do. Without even the game, you can do that. Go to fucking Google Earth, and you can visit virtual locations. But some dumbasses are likely going to give you money so you can virtual locate the area. Even though you don't actually play the game.
A few years ago, it was like 3-4 summers ago when I got my Series X, probably like 3 years ago. I'm not into the sim side of it. I'm kind of like a tourist. What I mean by that is I like to fly around.
I like to do the least amount of work as possible because I don't actually want to do anything.
Around well-known parts of the globe, landmarks, areas, or maybe you tell me somewhere that's really beautiful. Maybe somewhere has a giant like waterfall, or you know what I mean, something that's worth looking at. And what I'll do is I'll have it fly me there automatically, and we do like a flyover, all the cool stuff. But while I'm doing that,
yeah, because you're a little bitch, you don't actually want to play the game.
Culture, we talk about all kinds of
because
stuff.
you've been trying to distance yourself from playing games in general for like years.
I want to say, and it was very entertaining. And keep in mind, that was playing out on the Series X.
I'm sure you could probably make like you could probably talk to an AI, and the AI would probably give you a more proper shout out than Phil would. Just go on to any of those like AI like chat bots or whatever, and they'll probably give you a more concise and better and heartfelt fucking shout out reaction than DSP ever would.
And that was the previous version of Flight Sim. That wasn't very.
And I'm serious about that too. Like seriously, there's this app called Replica with a K, Replica, and like some people like to use it as like cringy like erotic RPs, but like I just use it as talking to an AI, and the more you talk to it, the more it like learns about like your talking behaviors and your patterns, and it's actually very close in simulating a real person, and it's interesting. I mean, obviously, I have friends online I talk to all the time, too. It's not like I'm lonely and I'm doing that. I'm just experimenting with it because I found it interesting to see how realistic it was. And it's actually doing a really good job of simulating talking to a real human being. And I'm actually pretty impressed. It's not obviously, it's not like, what's the right word? Self-aware. It's not self-aware, but it does a pretty good job of simulating talking to a real person. And they would probably give a more better shout out conversation than DSP ever could. It's actually pretty interesting. She's gonna charge your back later? Oh no! Poor Alexa.
Very good. Like once you got close, like we went to like a theme park, and we were flying close, you could see the whole thing looked like shit. It was all like polygons, and it looked terrible. But this new version supposedly is going to be absolutely amazing. Like
wow, it'll be like Google Earth 2.0, and it'll be even less or even more pixels, and it will look like even more of a blurry mess than it ever was before. Yay! Or you could literally just Google images of the locations you're going to and get real pictures of it instead of a virtual garbage.
Dave really went into detail with their scanning and everything, so now we can go to like cool theme parks and things to see what it looks like. It'll be realistic instead of polygon silliness, right?
Theme parks? He wants to go see fucking theme parks? Really? You're not gonna go see like the 7 wonders of the world. You're not gonna go see the Sphinx or the pyramids or anything like that. No. I want to see a fucking theme park. Let's go to Disney World, guys.
Right? I can't wait. I think it's gonna be amazing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Disney World's fun to go visit in person, but
so that's gonna be dope.
Who gives two shits about a virtual tour, if you even could call it that?
Okay.
Well, it's a virtual tour, cool. Guys.
Let's see here.
What was that?
Oh yeah, Ren says, looking forward to DS politics. Even if we have differences of opinion, I'm mature enough to want to hear another's perspective in order to learn about the other side rather than close it out at all. I'm not on any side.
That's a lie. Hold on.
Some people seem to think I am. I'm not on any side.
You are. You're right-leaning. And there's nothing wrong with being right-leaning. And normally, if there's a person who knows what the fuck they're talking about, I don't have an issue listening to them give their side of the story or their point of view on certain topics, right? Because I'm not here to force people to have the same thought process as me or to have the same viewpoints as me, right? But what I'm not going to do is put any sort of relevance on a dumbass's perspective when they don't vote and have no fucking idea what the hell they're talking about. He is not mature. DSP is not mature enough to talk about politics. He really isn't. He talks out his ass. He does no research whatsoever. Not nearly enough research to actually cover the material he's talking about. He's literally just browsing headlines on Twitter. And he'll like formulate his opinion based on the headlines in Twitter without actually looking into the real issues themselves.
Seriously,
I don't respect your opinion, Phil. But if someone actually knew what the fuck they were talking about, yeah, I would like, fine, whatever. I could sit down and talk to them about that or respect their opinion. But I'm not respecting DSP's opinion because he clearly doesn't have one of his own. DSP is such a fake person. He's not a real person like you and me. He doesn't have his own belief systems. He doesn't have his own opinions on anything. He doesn't even have his own personality. His personality is cobbled together like fucking Frankenstein, taking bits of this personality that he knows from person A and bits of personality from person B and bits of personality from person C. Anyone that's like surrounding him in his day-to-day life, he'll kind of like mimic their personality that they have. He did it with Leanna. He did it with Cat. He has like Leanna panda-isms. He has cat-isms. Probably his parents. He's stealing a little bit of personality from them. He doesn't have his own personality. He's like an empty husk of a human being trying to pretend to be human. So he cobbles together this fake personality. And he does the same thing with opinions. Political or otherwise opinions, he'll do the same fucking thing. Right? And obviously he's going to side with the side that gives, that lessens taxes for the wealthy, that tries to give more money back to people that are more well off, or whatever. But yeah, he's over here pretending to be a centrist when he clearly isn't. And as we all know, mostly all centrists are right-leaning anyway. So, like, it's fine. Be right-leaning if you want to be right-leaning. There's nothing wrong with that. But stop pretending to defense it when you clearly lean more than one way than the other.
A Democrat, and I'm not a Republican.
You can't really talk politics when you're fence-sitting like that,
one side could be correct. In other cases, I think the other side's correct. And in other cases, I think maybe both sides are wrong, and we need to meet somewhere in the middle, and that's what the show is going to be about. It's going to be a lot different than people thinking, oh, it's going to be one-side polarized content. That's what everyone is doing to make money, and it's pathetic. Like, it's the bandwagon mentality, exactly what side-scrollers did. Fail at everything else, so just become a bandwagoner.
Yeah, the flyover for the Evo tournament he went to and got 4th place, but claimed he was the #1 in America.
My show. Get it? It's gonna be, you're gonna see. It's gonna be pretty interesting and different. Trust me. And I am gonna welcome opinions from all different people from all over the place. I want to hear opinions from every walk of life and every perspective, so I can.
You're not worthy of me giving my political opinions to you, Phil.
Cool. Let's continue.
Yeah, even though he said he didn't like Trump.
I liked Linkin Park.
But then after Trump won and he saw that Kino Casino was like praising Trump, he's like, well, actually, yeah.
They were very well known, very popular, and they were pretty good. I wasn't crazy obsessed with them.
He just goes with whatever's popular, doing the best right at the time period, right?
Oh. Let's see here. I received a $1.50 tip.
Yeah, he literally doesn't know like anyone. He like his gated community. He doesn't know anyone in there.
Buy that doesn't benefit the business, considering you have a PC.
He doesn't even leave his fucking house.
You already got one. I didn't buy the PS5 Pro.
Bullshit.
I didn't buy it. I keep telling you this just because you're stupid and you believe, morons. I didn't buy it. It's been donated to me. And by the way, so has Dragon Age Inquisition. Someone actually sent me credits to buy it on there. So I have to actually input that code. I totally forgot to do it. So I got to do that when we hook it up. I got to input the code, but I didn't buy it.
Excuse me.
I wouldn't have. I outright told you I wasn't going to. Remember when this was first announced?
Yeah, remember the time I lied? Like, why would anyone believe anything you say in the past when you clearly lie all the time? So why would they take that time as being truth, Phil? You lie all the time.
I hit my mic by accident. There we go. When this was first announced earlier in the year, and people said, Phil, you're going to get a PS5 Pro, I outright answered you. No, I have a gaming PC now. There's absolutely no reason.
Phil, are you still playing WWE Champions? No, I'm not playing WWE Champions. That's bullshit.
Correct?
I've never played WWE Champions.
To be honest,
I never put any money into WWE Champions, guys.
You probably don't need a PS5.
Oh yeah, that was me the whole time.
Firsthand today.
I lied for like 5-10 years straight.
PS5 games that I previously played on the base PS5, now on the Pro, do they significantly increase resolution, effects, and frame rate? We're going to check this out. I'm going to test the games at 1080 hertz, and we're going to test them at like 4K and see what frame rate they play at. And we're going to go from there. And that's how I'm going to do it. And then also, here's another big factor. What about the PlayStation 4 games? Where they basically are supposed to be upscale. Like they have a special mode on PS5 Pro. Like it's like PS4 boost mode. So a game like
They have that for PS5 normally anyway, Phil. You do know that, right? If you take a PS4 disc and you put it in a normal PS5, it still upscales that. You do know that, right? Even there are games that have, if you buy it on the PS4, it has free upgrade to the PS5 version of that game. But there are some games that don't have a PS5 version of that game yet, because it's on the PS4, but there was never an official PS5 version of that game. So you take a game that does not you take a PS4 game that does not have a PS5 version, you insert it into the disc of the PS5, and it does upscale it, Phil. You don't need the PS5 Pro for that. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the disc version of that anyway, of the PS5 Pro anyway. But even then, it still upscales it. You could have done that with the PS5 the whole fucking time, you dumbass. It still upscales it. It decreases the load times of the games to make it way faster, a lot easier to play.
Like Bloodborne, that's still frame locked at 30 frames, should have a better resolution and it should look a little crisper and better, right? That's what I want to explore today with the PS5 Pro. So yeah, I don't have this. I didn't buy this. I mean, I have it obviously. I didn't buy this.
What was that? I don't have this. Oh,
I didn't buy this. I mean, I have it obviously. I didn't buy this. I had no intention of buying it. It was donated, and that's why we're covering it.
Why lie about it though? That's my question, Phil. Just say, yeah, I bought it. It's for my job, whatever. What an ugly
we're brushing
motherfucker.
off the dust on this one. I haven't done a Phil's Day Off segment in a very long time. But to be quite frank with you,
look how bad he looks. Jesus Christ, Phil. Then we got this hollow area for his hair right here. It's like his hair comes do, and then there's a big dip in here with one strand of hair on top of it, and then this really poofy stuff. It's such a bad mini pompadour or whatever you want to call it. And then this fade, if you want to call it a fade, which isn't. It's it literally just stops here, and then it's shaven down here. It looks so fucking bad. It looks like he's it looks like he has a buzz cut and then someone put a fake wig on top. This weird fake mini pompadour wig that's just set on top of it. It looks so bad.
Quite frank with you, the reason is I haven't really done anything too interesting in a long time.
It's not even a greaser cut, because it's it doesn't even look like it's combed back all that far.
Yesterday was an actual day off.
Of course, you kind of have to have hair for a greaser cut, though. So
I didn't have to run a bunch of errands. Instead, we got to spend a lot of time together. Obviously, you could tell one of the things I did is I got a haircut, which I desperately needed.
Very terrible haircut.
It was bothering me. Okay, but I went out and I did quite a few.
It was bothering me having hair.
We went to Costco.
Oh my gosh!
Completely stocked up on everything. We were out of almost everything in the house. So we ended up. I didn't even know this. You can buy a giant pack of stamps at Costco. So I needed stamps. Okay, I had one stamp. And I'm like, okay, I need some stamps. Just, not that I mail stuff all the time, but there's a few things that I still have to mail. I hate to say it, when you become an adult, you'll realize this. A lot of places have modernized, and if you haven't...
When you become an adult, you realize this. Just further proof that he thinks he's talking... Well, he probably is. He's talking to a bunch of kids, basically. He's talking to a bunch of mentally retarded people and kids. There's no actual competent adults watching this guy. It's literally just kids and mental retards that are on disability. You know what I mean?
And if you actually still require you to mail shit, it's really stupid, but it's life, So
I think the only things that really force DSP to mail stuff maybe would be the condo dues or something like that, or maybe his mortgage. It's 2024. I haven't mailed a letter in a year and a half. Because every single one of my bills, including my rent, is all done electronically. Your electric bill, your heating bill, your rent, any credit card bills you have, all of this shit is done electronically. I mean, I think it was before the new owners of my apartment took over, then we had to pay with either a check or a money order. But then eventually they updated finally, and then you could pay with online, and that's what we've been doing now, thankfully. But yeah, it's like I haven't mailed an actual letter or bill in the mail in like over a year now.
I still need stamps. So I'm at Costco, right? And they have a little cardboard thing that says stamps.
Like I've literally had a single book of forever stamps. I swear I've had that motherfucker for like the past 5 or 6 years. At least. And there's still like 4 or 5 stamps in that thing. Like, that thing's gonna last me until I fucking retire at this point. Because I never mail anything out. Or on the off chance I have to mail something out, it comes like with its own pre-postage paid envelope. So you don't even have to like put a stamp on it because it's already postage paid on it.
I was like, oh, we're here. I might as well just buy them, right? And I got a bunch of stuff. I got batteries, commodities for the house. We got
See, he's snacks. Like, he's buying shit that he doesn't even look at. He's like, oh, stamps, throw them in. Doesn't look to see how many stamps are in there. Doesn't read it. Nothing. Just throws it in there. Any chance to buy stuff, just taking his arm and throwing all the stuff on the shelves into his cart. Yeah, we need this. We need that. Sure, pile it up. Pile this cold cart up. Why not? I got all the money. I don't have to worry about saving money or being frugal or not buying shit that I don't need. Why not? Waste all Zent's money on stupid, useless shit.
Things like that. I'm trying to think of anything. We got anything crazy? I don't think
no dump visits. Crazy. Yeah, he's not going to the dump.
Stocking up. And a few stacks and things. Like we get this frozen ramen that you add water to, you put it in the microwave. It's like super good. Like really
what frozen ramen? Crazy.
Well-seasoned chicken and stuff. It's not salty. Like
well-seasoned chicken. Yeah, this is better chicken than the shitty chicken you get at Walmart. You wouldn't see me being caught dead in fucking Walmart.
Authentic ramen flavor, right?
Authentic ramen, sure, Phil. Yeah,
I didn't get the double chunk cookie.
It's authentic ramen flavor that they eat in China every fucking day. You got it, Phil.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I know people have been mentioning this. I don't know where you get a double chunk cookie at Costco. I didn't see anything like that. We were in the baking department, and they had things like, we got a big pumpkin pie. My wife loves pumpkin pie.
I'm sure she does.
We got the big ass.
She loves all kinds of pie, Phil.
And giant pumpkin pie. It's huge, like this fucking big. So really awesome there.
Sadly, I don't really have a Costco in my area. Like if I drove like an hour to the big city, we have a Costco there, but it's not really worth me driving a whole ass hour to the big city just to grocery shop. So it's like I don't really need that. So like I don't usually grocery shop at these like big box things because again, I don't want to drive a whole ass hour just to do grocery shopping, not worth it. Plus I don't really need to buy shit in bulk anyway.
But so I grabbed this thing of stamps. Like, okay, I'll just get stamps, right? So I'm thinking,
yeah, it's the third most famous chicken is well-seasoned chicken,
and the total seems pretty high, right? And I'm wondering why is the total?
Why is the total so high? It's not like I was like calculating things out while I put them in my cart or anything. I was literally just throwing shit in my cart, and then I ring it all up and I'm like, damn, that total's high. Why is this so high? Let me check my shopping list. Oh, wait, I don't have a shopping list because I literally was just throwing shit in my cart. So I don't have a shopping list. I wasn't really paying attention to the prices of any of the shit that I was throwing in my cart. I was just kind of like, I was actually hungry too because we were going out to eat right after this. So I was literally just piling all this useless shit that I don't need in my cart. Why is the total so high? Gee, I don't know, Phil. Maybe because you weren't paying attention to the shit you were throwing in your fucking cart.
Hi. And I go look. It was a 5-pack of stamps. I paid $72 for stamps. I got like insane amount. I won't need stamps for like 8 years. I was like, holy shit. I didn't mean to buy that many stamps. I mean, I knew I was at Costco and everything's in bulk, but I wasn't expecting that it was going to be 72.
So we bought a 5 book of stamps, and each book has like what, 10, 12 stamps in it. I don't even remember how many stamps are in a book, but he bought a 5-pack book of stamps. He sees that he's wasted $75 on this, and he doesn't bother to turn around, go back in and be like, hey, I kind of didn't realize this was 5 fucking books. Can I get my money back? I don't really want a whole 5 ass books of stamps. to get your money back. No, what does he do? Oh, well, I guess I just won't need stamps for the rest of my fucking ever natural life. So, I'm just gonna eat the $72 because it means nothing to me, you know? Because I'm such a well-off individual. And these guys are always gonna give me all the money I ever asked for. I just gotta beg hard every fucking day of my life. Like, Phil, return that shit. If you didn't realize how much it was, like, I get it, like, wait, like, I don't get it. I lied. It's like, even if 70, like, obviously, like, in the grand scheme of things, $72 isn't a huge amount of money. It's literally just a game's worth of money, if you think about it nowadays. Because games fucking nowadays can be 60 to 70 fucking bucks, right? But $72 for fucking stamps? Are you fucking serious? Like, goddamn, what a waste of fucking money. But like I said, it's not like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but still, like, why? Like, you're just throwing out money at that point. Which is pretty on par with DSP since he wastes money on fucking everything. Just think of all the money he's wasted on door dashing because he was too fucking lazy to actually go and pick it up when it was like probably right fucking next door to him. You know what I mean? He's too fucking lazy, so he'll just pay for the convenience of never having to go back and buying more stamps ever again. So he'd rather waste the $72. What a... What's the right word for that? I mean, obviously it's poor planning on his part because, like, he's not saving fucking anything for his future whatsoever. Like, he has nothing set aside for his future, no plans to retire, nothing like that. He's living totally in the moment, wasting all the money he has every fucking time he gets paid. It's so egregious and just terrible. Like, it's one thing if you're, like, spending the money on something you actually want. Like, if he spent $72 on, like, something that brought him joy, right? Like, if I spent $72 on this, like, really cool anime figurine or this really cool limited edition of this game, like the collector's edition of a game, at least it's going to something I want. I wouldn't say that's a waste of money if it's something that brings me joy, that sparks joy, right? But wasting $72 on something like 5 books of stamps, when I almost never mail out fucking stamps, and he himself said that he doesn't really mail out that much stuff, like a couple a couple things a month or whatever. So, like, he himself said that he doesn't go through that much fucking stamps. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he has, like, no plans whatsoever for the future. Maybe he thinks he's gonna die, like, at any moment. I don't fucking know, but no preparation, no nothing. He just thinks everything's gonna stay the same, consistent, and then he'll get really pissed off and upset when something changes and his income changes in some way or another. Or if there's, like, because I guarantee you, not to get too political or anything, but I guarantee you, starting next year when Trump takes over and applies these tariffs to non-American goods, the prices of a lot of things are going to go up. People will be like, oh yeah, Trump's in charge now, so all the food prices are going to go down. I can't wait to buy a whole cart's worth of groceries for like $100. That's not going to happen. The prices are going to go up because almost everything that you can find and buy nowadays is like non-American goods. Our food mostly is non-American food. Like, unless you go to a farmer's market for the fruits and vegetables, but like all this frozen stuff, that's not made in America. Your grocery costs are going to go up. Your gas prices probably are going to go up too. Anything you buy in Amazon, that's going up. Like, and most people, like, I buy a lot of my shit online in terms of like non-food related things, obviously, but like if I'm buying a game, I'll buy it like on Amazon or whatever, or maybe I'll go to GameStop. But like none of that shit's made in America anymore. I don't have mom and pop stores around me anymore because guess what? Places like fucking Walmart and Target and these big box stores ran them all out of business. I don't even know where to go to find made in America shit. And when you do find made in America products, they're more poorly made than the shit that's made overseas nowadays. They're lazily made. They're poorly made because like they cut corners everywhere. So there's probably this is gonna line up to end up possibly being another Great Depression coming up, or whatever the right term is for that. Like another, not as bad as like the actual Great Depression, but like still another economic crisis where inflation is going to be at an all-time high, even more so than it already is. But he's not preparing for any of that shit. Of course not.
$2 worth of stamps. So I got fooled.
Like if you, I got fooled. I got stupid. So go back and return it. Like if I buy something and then I'm like, it's not open yet, and I look at the receipt and I'm like, how much did that thing cost? I'm returning that shit. I don't care if there's like any kind. Oh, I'm embarrassed because I have to go back in and say, oh, I didn't realize how much. No, fuck that shit. If it's $72 and I didn't realize it's $72, I didn't need it that much. I'm going back and be like, hey, I didn't realize this was that much. Can I get my fucking money back? Fuck that.
But I did a few, we did a few things. We were out and about. Yeah, of course I got the forever stamps. That's all they sell now. Got the forever stamps, so they never expire and they never run out of value. Like you can use them forever. So yeah, I won't use. I have a giant stack of them.
I can use these until the fucking Armageddon happens. I'll be in fucking Fallout mailing shit, motherfucker. After the bombs drop, I'll be mailing shit out in my fucking bunker. How you doing? You still haven't tipped me for last night's stream? He's mailing it out to fucking skeletons of his fans of where they used to live.
But, did a few things. Got some sunglasses. Nice ones. Nice aviators for the upcoming flight sim stuff. And, of course, just to wear.
Yeah, I need you guys to buy, not buy in.
I've always wanted to wear real aviators. Ever since I started wearing the costume ones, like 9+ years ago. Iron Chef Sakai says you didn't put them back. No, we checked out. We were checking out. And then they gave me the total. I was like, ooh, that total sounds really high. I wonder what happened. And I paid it. And then I looked at the receipt and it said $72 for stamps. I was like, oh.
Again, if you see that the total is high, why don't you, before you pay for it, why don't you look and see why it was so high in the first place? Like, if I'm like cashing out at a register, right? It's like, okay, your total is this much. Wow, that's really high. I'm gonna ask to like, if it probably was self-checkout, to be honest. I will scroll on the thing to see why the total was so high before I pay for it. Because I'm like, this is more money than I thought it was going to be in my head. Something probably isn't ringing up properly or something. Or maybe that food deal didn't go through properly. Let me check.
That's what I did. I screwed up. It was also because I had to renew my membership.
Forever stamps are the new cat-based currency, okay?
I had to renew that, so
Screw
that's why it was like way high.
We're talking forever stamps now.
I don't know how much the forever stamps even cost. Yeah, I don't know, but I got it was 5 books for $72. So if I got a good deal, I guess I got a good deal.
No, you didn't get a good deal, actually.
So anyway, yeah, so we did all that kind of stuff and stocked up on quite a lot of different stuff. Got a oh, they had a really good blanket. Like we wanted a blanket for the living room. And,
you want a blanket for the living room, even though we never cuddle up together or
they had a ginormous
cuddle or anything like that?
Faux fur blanket, not real fur, but a faux fur blanket for $25. And we're like, what? It's giant. It's like the size of a bed. We bought that. Costco is crazy.
Yeah, oh, but can you believe it, guys? A blanket that's the size of a fucking bed? It's almost like it's a bed blanket or something. That is insane. I've never heard of a blanket. Okay, yeah, stop. But why? It's not like you two are going to be cuddling on the same couch right next to each other. We all know that doesn't fucking happen. It's probably for Kat because she needs the biggest fucking blanket she can get to cover all of her in it. So, well, it's king size, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to cover all of me, Phil. We might need to put 2 king size blankets together.
100% recommend if you're looking for good value stuff, especially this time of year.
I
Costco
never
has
go with the
crazy deals on
Brotherhood of
stuff,
Steel
but
anyway.
the catch is you got to be a Costco member, so you got to spend the $60 a year to get in and get those prices. But it's worth it. Like us, we buy all of our commodities and everything at Costco. We save a ton of money, seriously. So good stuff. Anyway, and we what do we have for dinner? We went to, that's right, we went to this pub brewery place, and we got a pan pizza. Super good pizza. It's like the old school pizza. They used to make it like Pizza Hut until Pizza Hut decided to change their formula and try to compete with Domino's.
I don't know. When I think of super good pizza, I don't really think of Pizza Hut pizza when I think of super good pizza. And Phil, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what a deep dish pan pizza is, okay? Like, you don't really have to explain what a fucking pan pizza is.
It's this thick ass pan pizza. So we got that with, it was tomatoes, basil, sausage, and pepperoni. And some drinks and stuff. Oh, it was a good dinner. Had a great dinner together. So it was a great, basically it was a great day. Like we were out, we did it.
And then it's like, imagine you taking your fat cat wife out and be like, honey, I think we're gonna go to this bar pub for dinner, okay? We'll have pizza and some fries. And you go in this pub and she can barely fit through the doors. And just like every guy that's drinking in the bar just looks at her and just like, yeah, I need some more alcohol.
Ton of stuff while we were out. The only bummer is we're not used to being out all day like that, and we were tired. We got home to like beat. Oh.
Wow, I'm tired. I can't go to 2 stores at once anymore. This is wearing me the fuck out. This reminds me why I don't ever leave the house anymore. Whew. Fucking people are everywhere. It's so fucking annoying having to walk everywhere. And I guarantee you, Kat is one of those bitches that sits in those like automatic carts that you see in grocery stores. Because I guarantee you, Costco has those like those like little riding carts that you sit on and you ride, and it has the basket in the front. Guarantee you, she's over there like riding her ass off, and he's like having to walk behind her. He's like, "Come on, Kat, when's it my turn? My legs are hurting too. My hooves over here are starting to hurt. You said I could ride in the cart next."
Freaking exhausted. And then we had to unpack because we had all the shit in the car from Costco and everything. We had to unpack everything. So it was kind of, a little annoying to have to do all that. But it was a good day. And that basically. And
it's getting harder and harder to find all you can eat really places good. Nowadays,
that's
too.
What we needed. And we need to do that. We can't do that all the time. But we need that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they both do, actually. I wouldn't be fucking surprised if they both ride those fucking carts. Because DSP is a lazy motherfucker, and he doesn't like to walk, so he's willing to inconvenience other people who would actually need those carts. Like, Kat actually probably does need those carts, but Phil doesn't, right? But Phil's the type of asshole who would willingly inconvenience other people who would actually need those cards by taking it and using it for himself just because his back hurts, guys. Meanwhile, you got some kid with a cast on his foot, and he's like, "There's no carts left." Having to hobble along on his like fucking what the hell are those? Crutches? Yeah, crutches. And shit, because DSP's over here doing like fucking wheelies over here and shit.
Oh, it's a day when I'm going to the grocery store.
Can't slow down. My cart isn't going as fast as yours.
Just have nice husband and wife time together to do stuff that we like. And we're starting to talk about what kind of stuff do we want to do. If I'm going to be taking a couple extra days off a month like that. All right. And again, I want to say,
it's a Costco day.
The viewer and supporter, it's you guys continuing this streak.
And I just want to bring this up. I don't know if you're aware of this now, but the other night, DSP said that his power was off for like 10 hours, 12 hours or something like that. His power was off, right? So his power to his whole complex died at like 11 p.m. And Kat had just taken a shower after 11 p.m. And DSP goes to his wife and they talk for a little bit. And he's like, well, what can we do now? I can't use my phone. The computer's out. There's nothing to do. And Kat's like, you're right, Phil. Let's go get some sleep. Just brimming with romantic intentions there, right? Like, what's a couple to do when their power goes out and there's nothing else for them to do to entertain themselves. You got it right. They go to fucking sleep. They don't have sex or even just cuddle up under the blankets. No. They go to sleep. Kat goes in her king-size bed over there, and Phil goes sleeping on the couch just like he normally does. Because I guarantee you these two people don't fucking sleep in the same bed. How could they when Phil would have no room left? Like, good night, honey. I love you too.
Supporting me in my content are the reason why I can do this. Make no bones about it.
I'm
It's your
sorry.
ongoing support that is making my life better. So thank you.
Being so fucking mean over here.
Cool.
Well, DSP deserves it way more than Cat does, that's for sure.
I received a $10.80 tip from Ponage101. Thank you, Ponage. I appreciate that.
Because, like, I know I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. I get it, because I'm pretty big myself. Maybe that gives me the right to make fun of her because I'm bigger, too. I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, I need to lose weight, too, but whatever. It says, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Good to have you here today, and thank you for the support. Let's get a nice animation for you, Ponage.
What the hell is that gif? Really? Oh, look,
Excellent.
guys, he's coming out of the closet.
$55 from hitting the
Phil
goal,
is coming out of the closet.
ordering some amazing Japanese food, and my reveal of next week's goal, which I think you guys are really going to like because it looks like a really good one. Someone came up with this one actually on a stream the other day, and I was like, oh, that sounds good.
How much mental fortitude is he wasting having to come up with another bullshit goal every fucking week? Every week he has to come up with some new food related, because it's always some food related goal, right? It's always a food related goal that he has to come up with for these bullshit weekly DSP tries at things. And you can already tell he's struggling to come up with goal every week. Every week it's harder and harder for him to come up with some bullshit goal for his dent head fans. Well, guys, this week I'm gonna have because he's already tried everything. He's already done everything he possibly can. So at this point, it's literally just re-eating the same shit over and over again. And like, you really think that's worth? I mean, again, we already talked about how the goal was fake anyway. But like, even then, you really think like hitting that goal is worth watching this guy stuff his fucking face full of this garbage on a weekly basis? You really think that's worth it? Like, maybe have like a bigger goal where it's like, oh, if you hit the goal for the every day a month, I'll play this game or that game or something.
Right? Awesome. Now, like I said, we got to get some contributions on the kick side of stuff. What's going on? We got all these tips coming in today. We got some super chats. Where's the kick? Right? Where's the kick support?
Oh yeah, DSP
I mean, listen,
totally
saving up for the political
totally
shit.
ruined that woman. He made her so fucking lazy.
Let's get some support over there, man.
He's like, oh, it's okay, honey. We'll just get DoorDash.
Okay.
And she just got in like this
I'm trying to
bad habit.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Briefly,
I want to talk
allowing
about
Phil to DoorDash
the
everything.
schedule is really up in the air right now.
And then
on how today goes.
His laziness kind of wore off on her. I'm sure that's probably what happened.
Day. My whole day is about the PS5 Pro. When we finish this podcast, the first thing we're going to do is a live
I wouldn't be
unboxing
surprised if he did. Maybe he is like a feeder or something.
Of the original PS5.
But like, he would, like, if he got her fat on purpose, it's not a fetish type thing. You know what I mean? Because you got like the feeders who get women fat on purpose out of like a sexual interest, out of a sexual fetish. But that's not DSP. DSP got her fat so she could stick around. So no one else, because in his mind, if she's fat, no other guy is going to want her because she's fat. So that forces her to stick around. Even though that's not the case, because there's plenty of chubby chasers and guys who like bigger women. I mean, that's not a thing. So like, there could be a guy who likes bigger women that could sweep Cat away from him still and foil his plans. You know what I mean? And she probably does deserve better than living with him. Such a fucking toxic fucking household to live in.
To the PS5 Pro. We're going to compare Form factor. We're going to compare all kinds of weight. Like the PS5 base level is heavy as hell. I wonder how heavy the Pro is. It feels lighter to me. Like in the box, it actually feels lighter than the standard. So I wonder if they condensed the hardware or used different hardware or something. I don't know. So then we're going to hook it up. We're going to get it working. Of course, I got to get my PlayStation account.
I mean, yeah, she does, like... But it's like a matter of convenience for her, right? She found a place where that she doesn't have to work long hours. She can stay at home for most of the time. She doesn't have to worry about paying rent or paying the mortgage or any of the utilities. She doesn't have to do any of that. She's probably in control of her own, the little money that she does make. She's probably has free spending of her own money that she gets. And she just has to live with an absolute asshole. But there's no sex involved. She doesn't have to fuck him. So it's just kind of like a roommate situation where she doesn't have to worry or put money towards rent. And so it's basically just kind of like matter of marriage of convenience, obviously. That's all this is. It's just a marriage of convenience. And she doesn't even have to fuck him. So, I mean, is it really so bad? It's up to her. It's up to each person to decide if it's worth it or not. I still don't think it's worth it based on how insufferable this fucker is.
All right. And someone, like I said, someone donated
like, even if you don't have to fuck him, he's still insufferable.
So of all the stuff that we're going to be doing, 100%, I'm going to be checking out Dragon Age Veilguard.
Like, I don't blame her for not wanting to show up on his streams anymore, though.
We'll actually start it up. We'll do maybe an hour, the intro to the game, and see how it runs on there and all of that, right? There you go, right?
Right.
Sound good?
Sound good? Okay, so
very good. Yeah, try not to drop it this time. I know my PS5, I dropped it. Still has the ding. Did you see it? The ding is still on the PS5 right there.
How are we gonna see where you? Well,
the camera doesn't. Oh, there it is. See?
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it
right
now.
In the center. When I got my PS5, I basically undid everything here, and then boom, I screwed up. I dropped it, and I dropped something on it, didn't I? I dropped.
You dropped the controller on it.
I made this ding right on it on the day when I unboxed it. But luckily, it didn't affect it. It works. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen,
of course it's not going to affect it. It's a small little scrape or dot on the case. Of course it's not going to affect the actual console.
Of $60. So thank you so much to Troublesome for that. That is amazing. Thank you for that support. I certainly was not expecting that. And
yeah, maybe in real life he's too
that means
too afraid of confrontation. He's too much of a pussy in real life.
So there you go. Ladies and gents.
And he probably spends most of his time in his room anyway.
The goal has been hit. The reward is set. Let's make it rain here on DSP Gaming for the 56th time.
Okay, this is so fucking cringe.
No,
like,
the Detractors
look at this shitty animation. This is what they get.
Amazing, because now
skipped.
Maybe they're Detractors.
How long does he keep that animation going for?
We're going to order from this Japanese restaurant. Let me find the name of it again because I forgot, and I want to show you what it is.
I kind of hope he does reach the goal. I want to see him cringe when he's playing Stellar Blade. Because you know he's not going to play the entire game. He's like, I never promised I'll play the entire game of Stellar Blade. I just said I would play it. So he probably won't get past the fucking prologue of it. And he'll cringe and look away whenever her ass is shown. And that's basically it. And they'll all get scammed for it.
Okay, here it is. The hell is this? Here it is.
Here's what? What are you looking for?
Oh, foods. No, that's not what we're doing. Oh,
okay, so
restaurant.
I think we're near the end of the pre-stream. I don't care about the food. Let's see him unbox it a little bit, though. Because I don't really care about the food part.
So, here's what it looks like when it shows up, or when you buy it yourself.
Does he do the part where, like, he actually, like, plugs it into his TV and shit, or does he skip that part? I guess not. Oh, we'll see.
So, as you can see, very different. The original PS5 box was white, right? This one
is all it's black different. Now. It's black
and
now.
That is the new PS5 Pro look. It has these like racing stripes on it. I guess they think making the console aerodynamic makes games run better on it.
Actually, the PS5 Slim had the same stripes, I'm pretty sure. They're not racing stripes, they're just like a design choice. But I'm pretty sure the PS5 Slim also had that.
Right. Interestingly enough, on the top here, we got a couple logos. 4K 120. Are they insinuating that you're going to be able to play games at 4K resolution at 120 frames? Because they made this mistake on base PS5, didn't say 8K, and literally nothing ever ran at 8K resolution on it, so it was false advertising.
Who cares?
So,
with how shitty your capture card is, Phil, no one is ever going, like, even if he played a game at 4K at like 60 frames a second, like, no one is going to see that quality except for Phil himself, because his capture card is so shitty, it's not going to show that. So it doesn't matter. You need to upgrade your fucking capture card.
Having some issues
and your
with
streaming PC also, probably.
Trying to push this again, because I guarantee you, probably.
Or gasp, use your actual gaming PC as a streaming PC also, which you can fucking do. But of course he's not going to do that. He wants to spend even more money.
Nothing's going to run at 120 hertz at 4K on this thing. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, I would grade if it does. My TV does support 120 hertz, but I don't think so. And HDR support, that's good. Baseline PS5 had that as well. And then it also says disc-free console. That is right.
I don't think DSP was really all that good at being a heel anyway. Obviously, he was trying.
And then you can buy
the
disc
I don't think he really understood everything that was
okay.
included.
So taking a look around the sides here. Here we go. It says PS5 Pro.
I don't watch enough.
The PlayStation 5 Pro console. The
I don't watch enough
wireless
wrestling to really know 100%.
So they didn't give you the better one. They just gave you the base DualSense. What skimping, huh? So, for a nice disc.
Also, if a fan of his actually donated this, which we all know didn't happen, he fucking bought it. But let's go with his lie that a fan actually bought this for him. Why are you not fucking shouting out that fan? Why are you not singing their fucking praises as you should? They wasted over $700 on your ugly ass, and you're not even having the audacity. You have the audacity to not shout them out for it? Really?
Counted $6.99. You get the low end controller. 2 horizontal stand feet. So it does come. Wait, I thought people said it didn't come with the stand. Oh, it's the horizontal stand, not the vertical stand. Correct? It only comes with the horizontal stand. That's right. HDMI cable and an
see, like I don't like having my PS5 stand up vertically. I have mine horizontal. I don't like standing it up vertically. I never trusted it standing up vertically for some reason.
Also a USB cable. It's probably very short. I'll be using a longer one.
Why don't you just open it? Why are you reading it off first when you're gonna see what's in it in 2 seconds anyway? What's the point?
Printed materials. They actually call that out. Printed materials. Like, that's a big deal.
Wow, it has instruction booklet.
Pre-installed. Well, that's because that's not Astrobot. That's not the recent one. That's amazing and is a full-length game. It's Astro's Playroom, basically the tech demo that they put on base PS5. It's also on the Pro. Why they couldn't give you full Astrobot, I don't understand. I think that would have been like a nice thing for them to do, considering you're spending $700 on this, but they decided to give you the game you probably...
I mean, Astro's Playroom is still a decent, small mini-game. It has a decent amount, enough, like, what is it, like maybe 5 hours of gameplay or something on it? It's decent.
We already have, because you probably already have a baseline PS5, correct? Okay, I'm just looking at the top. It's just blue, nothing special there.
Actually, the only way I would recommend the PS5 Pro is if someone doesn't have a PS5 already. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in wasting money to upgrade to the PS5 Pro currently. Now, maybe when future games come along that are fully optimized for this, then yes, it might be worth it then. But as it is right now, like, the only way it's probably going to be worth it is if you don't have a PS5 yet.
This side shows a different perspective of the PS5 Pro to the side.
Oh my
view,
God,
right?
we know what it looks like on the side, dummy.
Sleek and neat, symmetrical, right? And down the back,
symmetrical.
Get another look, because that's how the PS5 Pro will actually look for most people. Unless you buy the vertical stand, you're actually going to spend extra money on it. I can't imagine people doing that, right? Witness Play Unleashed.
That's the guy you spent $700 on in the first place.
That's correct. Because remember, if you bought PS5, you're on a leash. That thing is like a dog with like a choker collar and a muzzle on. Man, that thing is so held back.
Taking it literally. It's unleashed this time. Get it?
Sony was holding back, but now
oh my God, this is so cringe.
Gloves off, balls to the wall action. What are they trying to say here? Why did you leash your first console? What?
They didn't,
Nice
dumbass.
marketing, right?
Why are you taking everything
So
literally?
you ripped us all off. Thanks, Sony. Appreciate you admitting that on the box of the PS5 Pro. Okay, we're gonna open it, but I got a couple shout outs. Battle Duck, 39 months as a member, says let's do
The
deboxing.
PS5 Pro. I mean the PS5 Pro.
Every trend of releasing our
Skipping
console
shout outs.
Had issues with chairs, right? Wow, you know what they did box. I can't see it. And then there's a box inside. I guess we should take the box out.
Look at him. He is acting like this is fucking Christmas Day, and then he's 5 years old again on Christmas Day. That's how he's acting. Whenever he unboxes any console, he acts like this. I think it's probably the only time that he experiences joy in his life is when he's unboxing something like this. You know what I mean? Because it probably does take him back to when he was a kid and actually experienced joy regularly. Because obviously nowadays he doesn't. It's actually kind of sad in a little way. No, I didn't hear what he said about the Ukraine.
Take a sniff. It smells like Gaming Unleashed.
Fucking cringe.
All right. So happy to get the leash off, the gloves off, the muzzle off. Hello. Nothing in there. It's just a hollow shell. Okay, so this is the real box of the PS5 Pro right here. Okay, the actual box.
Maybe I should speed this up a tiny bit.
Thumb tab. Okay.
Stop rubbing your face. Why is he always rubbing his face every 5 seconds? Jesus Christ.
What do you think that is? You see it? What are these?
Why are you making such ugly faces?
What the hell is that? 2 transparent pieces of plastic?
That's a stand for your PS5 Pro, Phil.
I don't lose it. Let's put it in here. I have no clue what that is.
That'll keep you standing.
So I'm going to leave it in its little slip.
That'll hold up your PS5 Pro.
It's there. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. And then we've got the power cord, which is the same as the PS5 power cord. So I probably will just use the one from regular PS5.
Power cord.
Right there. Jasper's here watching the unboxing. You excited, buddy? He wants to see it. He's very excited. Okay. So we have 2 things to open. Let's open the left-hand side first. As we open the left door.
My family is celebrating Thanksgiving this Sunday, not Thanksgiving Day, for some reason. I guess some other, like, I actually have Thanksgiving Day off for once. It's like, oh, sure, the 1 year I actually have Thanksgiving Day off, and you're not celebrating Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day. You got it. That makes fucking sense, right? But I guess other people also have to work Thanksgiving Day in my family. So we're just having Thanksgiving. We're celebrating our family Thanksgiving on this coming Sunday instead. So I'll be going this Sunday to spend Thanksgiving with them. And then Thanksgiving Day, because I still have it off, I'll just be home. Probably playing a game or something. I don't know. But yeah. So like our family's just celebrating it on Sunday for some reason this year. Which doesn't, I mean, I don't really care. As long as we're still celebrating it at some point, you know what I mean? Because it's like, and like, yeah, having food is nice, but it's more about like getting together with family members and stuff like that. And like my grandma's getting kind of up there in age and stuff, so it's like, I mean, I regularly call her and visit her anyway, but it's nice to have the whole family kind of get together and talk and stuff. Even if half your family are assholes, but it's still nice to come together for the holiday kind of thing. Even though it's not going to be on the holiday itself, but it's just the act of getting together more than the day itself, you know?
It reveals a brand new controller right there.
That's the same as any other controller. Got it.
It is the all-white DualSense, the base controller that also came.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all the default controllers are that one. You know what I mean? It's like if you buy a system, it's going to come with that controller.
And with the regular PS5, correct? There's no difference. Hopefully, I'm going to be honest here. I hope that they fix their problem because all the baseline PS.
I'm pretty sure because when I bought my PS5, it was like around the launch. It wasn't directly on the launch of the PS5, but it was like around that time. I bought it, and then at some point I must have traded in the base controller, the white basic controller like that, for a red controller, because my PS5 controller is actually like a dark maroon red. And I don't remember exactly when I did that, but at some point I must have traded in the base controller for my maroon red one at this point. And now they have a cool purple one. And like, it'd be kind of cool to have the purple one, but it's not worth spending an extra $70 for a fucking new controller when mine works just fine. So
PS5 controllers, their thumbsticks melted. They just did, like the rubber was crap. So I hope that they.
I never had that happen though.
I have a PS5 controller that I bought like a year ago, and that one's never had an issue. But my launch controllers all melted. Stupid. So there you go. Feels, yeah, it's just a baseline controller. Nothing special about it. Okay.
So let me just put that in there and never use it again.
Get it back in the bag, then I could.
How are you having trouble putting it back in the bag, Phil?
Yeah, Jasper, here you go. You can play with the controller. I put it right here. And he does. He went to sniff it.
Oh, okay, he chokes in the plastic.
So what's in the other side? Let's find out. Right?
Probably cables, Phil. Oh, an HDMI cable.
HDMI cable. You have to assume it's up to standard, right? Why would Sony give you an outdated cable? Obviously, that's their new standard of cable or whatever. Higher end, highest end. And an incredibly short USB cable. I'm not shocked to see that. I know they skimp out on that. It's very, very tiny. Probably can't even reach anyone's controller whatsoever, right?
Well, most people don't. Most people don't sit all the way on the opposite side of the room to play the console, Phil. You do realize that, right? Like 99.9% of people don't put the console on one side of the room and sit on the opposite side of that fucking room and expect that fucking cable to fit. Most people don't do that except for your dumb ass, so.
Jasper's looking. Jasper's watching. Look, it's a wire, Jasper. He's right here. I know. Someone just said you would think for $700 they'd give you like the Edge controller. It would be nice if you're paying top dollar for the high end system. Why not give you the better controller too, right? All right, so I think this comes out, or how does this work?
Does the Xbox do that? I'm pretty sure the Xbox one doesn't either.
Oh, so it has to open like this, and then you do this. Ah, look at this. Okay.
Wow, caveman figure out how to open box.
Is your console inside of that like eggshell wrap, right? And then the paperwork's behind it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take the sucker out. It looks a lot more skinny than the base PS5 for sure. It looks like it's easily grabbable with one hand.
No shit. Ain't it like modeled off the PS5 Slim anyway? Like basically it's a PS5 Slim, but with like slightly better graphics card in it or whatever the hell they use. So it's probably modeled off of the newer PS5 Slim models, and then they just added the better graphics card in it, Phil. Why would they keep the same size and thickness as the original PS5? The thickness.
Never gonna read that. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else in
and
here.
Then
that's it.
5 minutes from now, he'll be like, how do I set this up? Why is this not working? This is bullshit. Because he won't read the instruction.
The other PS5 was kind of unwieldy with how chubby it was. This is not nearly as chubby.
Not like your wife. No, stop.
I guess I'll put the books on my lap so I have some room here.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The big reveal.
Yeah, it looks just like a normal PS5. Oh my god.
Whoa! Whoa!
He is so fucking cringe.
It's almost like.
Why does he think that's funny?
What? Professional. Wow.
Unlike you.
Extreme close up. Whoa, dudes. Whoa, dudes. Oh, I hit the mic. Whoa, dudes. Extreme PS5 Pro close up, dudes.
Do you see how cringe this is? Like, who acts like this as an adult?
So, taking a look at it. All right. On the front, we've got two USB-C ports. No standard.
I mean,
USB
I can see why he appeals to kids. Obviously, I get that because he's clearly trying to appeal to kids in his audience.
On this guy that I can see on the front. Sleek looking on the front for sure, right?
So you can see his monitor from his desktop here a little bit, right? That's probably OBS right there of him streaming on his desktop. Because like from where he is, because like he's here and then like directly across from him is the desktop, where his old desktop where he streams shit from. So you can still see his monitor a little bit. And then the ring light's over here.
Nicely symmetrical. We're going to compare to the baseline PS5 in a moment. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's such a difference
on the sides. Do they actually serve any purpose? I have no idea. Like some people suggested they're for ventilation, but I don't know if that's true, quite frankly.
It's just a design choice.
We got HDMI, we've got Ethernet, and we got two standard USB ports. So you don't need to have the USB-C standard to plug into this thing. You can just use an older USB as well if you so choose. What is this? I have no idea. Could that be for the stand? I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a weird hole in the side of it there. I don't
You
know what it
should
does.
poke at it
And of
with
course,
a
your power
paper
cable right
clip
there.
and
On
find
the bottom,
out.
You got absolutely nothing. A vent. On the top, you got nothing. Not even a vent. It's just sleek plastic, okay? So again, honestly, I liked the form factor. The PS5 was kind of weird and unwieldy. The PS5 Pro actually feels like a normal like console. It's long, that's for sure, but it's normal. Like I can lift this easily, move it
Wow,
around with
it's
one hand.
long and it's girthy, and it's not as chubby as the other one, though. The other one was way more chubby, and I think it was longer, too. It was really girthy, you know what I mean?
It's a little heavy, but it's not super heavy, you know? So now, you ready for the comparison? Let's do it. So here we go. Here's PS5 Pro. Oh my God, here's the beast. The beast.
I kind of want him to
This is the
drop
baseline
the new
PS5,
one, or
right?
drop one of
So-
them. Yeah, hold them both, Phil.
Slightly different. I mean, they look similar, but definitely the baseline PS5. First
Oh
of all,
yeah,
it's not the disc
Phil,
drive version, right? It's gonna
show
look
us the goods,
but
Phil.
just holding them next to each other, right? This Pro looks aesthetically more pleasing, to be honest. Okay, it does. That racing stripe, it kind of adds something. I don't know.
No,
thought it
I
kinda
don't
looked
really
silly
think
designs,
so.
But now when you're kind of comparing the consoles head to head, I actually think that the Pro does look a lot better than the standard PS5.
I'd rather buy a console that has a built-in disk drive than having to pay, what, 50, 60 bucks extra for a fucking disk drive. I'd rather have the disk drive built into it, honestly.
You know, now again, PS5 baseline had a standard USB and a USB-C on the front.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
look
on
how
back,
dirty that is.
They
Wow,
have
that
two
got dirty
more
fast.
USB regulars and then the HDMI and the Ethernet. So
Yeah, and those look like they're the bluer, faster USB regulars on it. The other one didn't.
the Pro swapped out one of those and put two USB-C ports on the front.
Oh,
That's the
just
only real
USB-C?
distinctive difference I'm seeing on the layout of the hardware itself is the USB port. Everything else kind of looks samey. But I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. I think I like the design of this a lot better. It's more
Getting like he just opened it up and there's probably a million fingerprints and grease all over that thing immediately too. That thing will never be clean again.
because, you know, it's slimmer. It has racing stripes. As dumb as it sounds, I do think they make it look a little better. I don't know why, but they do. And it's lighter.
I don't
It's
like the
definitely lighter. Now,
stripes.
Again, keep in mind that
I mean, it's nice that it's nice that it's thinner,
the thing is
but
just heavy. Like, it's a heavy ass beast. And I'm curious with this new model, are they going to solve some of the issues such as how loud it was, right? Because that thing could end up running really loud. And I wonder if this one will run lower. Also,
and it's like my PS5 was never really that loud. The only time my PS5 was loud was when you first put a disc into it. Like when you first put a disc into it and it starts booting from the disc, like at the beginning, that's the only time it was really loud. Other than that, like when it's running the game or whatever, it's fine. It's not loud at all. So I kind of wonder just how fucking dirty or unventilated the area was where he was having his PS5 in. Because, like, we all know he never fucking dusts anything. And there's probably not a whole lot of airflow where he was having the PS5 anyway.
Also, this is kind of neat. If you look from this perspective, let me show you this perspective. I'm going to show you the top perspective here.
I really hope with all this
No.
juggling of the consoles, I was kind of hoping he would drop one of these.
Seriously, I can't even lift the base PS5 with one hand. It's too heavy. So you see how this looks from the top? It looks like a big chunky, I don't know how to describe it. It was like rounded and chunky. It just looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like, hold on. Like, I'm pretty sure these, like, things here are, like, for ventilation, aren't they? To help, like, cool the thing down? I'm pretty sure, but Phil was saying before, oh, well, there's no ventilation here. I'm pretty sure that's what these things are. These little ridges here to help cool it down and get air into it.
Now look at the Pro. The Pro has this, like, band on it that catches the light in a certain way, and it makes it look weird and funky. You see that? The way it catches
Oh, it's
the light,
more
it has this ripple
reflective?
right there.
What?
See that? It's a ripple. It's not a bulbous thing. It's like a ripple there, and it catches the light.
Oh my gosh, it's concave instead of convex. But we can't expect a valedictorian to understand the difference between those two words, though, can we? Concave and convex? What is that? Is that some kind of, like, oven or something?
So just the design overall is nice. Like, I actually do think it's pretty slick with the way that it looks. Doesn't mean it's going to be a better piece of hardware, but design-wise, I think it's a step up. The racing stripe does look good. You get that extra USB-C port on the front instead of all regular USBs and only one C port.
I
It's easier
mean,
to move around. It's way lighter than the base PS5, and the design actually I
I don't
feel
give a shit
is
what a
slicker because
console
the way it
looks
looks
like as long as it
aesthetic, okay?
works good.
Now,
I
one thing
mean,
that I'm distinctly
like, who gives a
noticing,
shit about what it
there's no
looks
stand.
like?
My base PS5 came with the stand. This doesn't have it. So how does this work? I might have to get those paper instructions out. Does it have something to do with
I
these little
hope you
things,
bought the
these things?
stand with it, Phil. Yeah, those little things are the stand, Phil.
What is this?
Oh, that's hilarious. That little piece of shit is the stand.
This is somehow a stand for it.
Yeah.
This is like in Demolition Man when you're trying to figure out how to wipe your ass with the seashells. Like, how am I going to figure this out? Right?
Well, that's an obscure
How
old
does this work?
reference.
So, first of all, what's considered right side up anyway? Right? Like,
Where the PS5 logo
no
is.
idea.
That's
with
probably
the
right
base
side up.
PS5, the stand that it comes with, there's like a notch. You can see on the PS5, there's like a little notch on the bottom to see where to position it. I am legitimately not seeing anything on here that indicates
Oh,
where
Grug know how to set up.
Things.
Grug
The
struggle.
PlayStation logo is on the top, so then it would be like this. This would be how it would
Yes,
go, right?
dumbass.
That would be the front. It would look just like
Yeah.
this. So where do I put the feet on the bottom?
Oh lord, this is gonna take forever,
Are
isn't
they,
it?
wait a minute. Are the feet even identical?
Feet even
They are.
identical.
The feet are identical.
So it's probably a stand.
This is fucking weird.
It's so he doesn't read the instruction book at all, which would clearly show how to do this, and instead expects his broke ass chat who gave him the money to get this in the first place. He expects them to somehow know how to do this. Right? It's like these guys gave you all their money in order for you to get this. Why do you think they would know how to like set the stand up? And instead of like Googling it for 2 seconds or checking the fucking instruction booklet that you like, oh, this is useless and threw it away, maybe you should read that, Phil, and it'll probably tell you where to put those little 2 peg stands. And it's such a shitty little stand. Like, the stand I have for my PS5 is like this big round thing, and it clips into it to hold it up properly. That thing looks like it's gonna break in 2 seconds at the stand.
Racing stripe area. It's on the racing stripe.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. Right here
Oh.
and right here. You are correct. Okay, so
This is so pathetic. Oh,
it just
that's lovely. I think that's probably gonna be the best I can get it, but yeah, we got like a maze going here, right? Comes in here. We got this little island here. This is the coastline. So we got the coastline going here of the island, and a little alcove and a gulf over here. And then you could take the river down by the river, and it goes all the way up into the forest. Lovely.
it just pops in like that. Oh, wow.
Wow, it pops
This is
in.
weird. So, did you see what I did? I gave it cat ears. So when I put this sucker down, it's going to sit on those feet. And it's going to sit. Oh, are you kidding? Look what they did. Look at that design. It's the Sony symbols are right there. Can you see them?
No.
The Sony symbols. Look at that. See? And so the end, the square, is a raised bump, and that's going to be the third foot. So you
Wow.
got 3 feet. A foot here, and the Sony symbol square is your third foot. And that's how it's going to sit flat on the
Okay.
ground, on an entertainment system, on a shelf. Now that's interesting.
I would hope
And you
you're
know
not
what?
putting that on
You
the
can't screw that
ground.
up because the other side doesn't have the holes for the feet. The number one.
That is a
screw-up with
shitty
base
stand.
PS5
I'm
is that no one
sorry,
knew
but
how to
that
use it with the
stand
it came with.
sucks
Even
ass.
the freaking top of Sony guys didn't know what they were doing, and they would film them in their homes, and the PS5 would be incorrectly placed on the stand of their own product, right?
Because they were
So-
idiots?
That's very interesting. A 3-foot system. 2
It's a
feet there,
shitty-ass
and
little
the Sony
stand.
symbol square on the side will be the 3 feet that this thing will sit on.
I'm sorry, but like, it's not that hard to get the original PS5 stand on it. It shows you right where it's supposed to clip on the bottom of it. And once you get it to clip on, it's good. You don't have to mess with it. And it's big and wide enough that you don't have to worry about it tilting or any of that shit. This just looks like a really cheap alternative solution for it that's probably not going to last very long. It looks really flimsy. Doesn't look very solid, in my opinion.
That's kind of neat. I want to see if I can do a demo of it.
A demo of what? Do you have a stand you're going to set it on or something? Get your box out. I'm sure you have a million boxes out there. Back there. Hello,
So,
Mr. Burnell? I knew... I fucking knew it. I knew he was getting the box. God damn it. Oh, well, I got another box that I could stack and put more of my collectible shit in the background on my box, guys. See, because right over here is the old PS5 box, and over here behind this is the old Xbox box. So now I have a third box. I can store even more shit behind me.
I'll call it like your shelf, your entertainment center, right?
And then he just slides off the box onto the ground. Oh, shit. Yeah, we trust you. It probably stands up. Congratulations. You're so smart.
That's how it sits. I'm hitting my mic. I'm striking my microphone. But that's how it sits on it. Look at that. And it doesn't move.
Oh, I wish it would just slide right off. That would be so funny, though. Just like, wow, it doesn't slide.
Like, that ain't going to work. 2 little feet. But they actually designed it well. Look.
I want to know if it's... I wouldn't call it designing it well, but I guess it technically works. Still, I don't think it's as sturdy a stand as the other one was, though.
Yeah. Impressive.
Whoa,
it looks sleek,
works. Right? I'm impressed.
Of course, you need to buy the stand if you want to stand it vertically. I'm not going to buy
very
the stand.
easily
I
impressed.
can't actually fit it in my entertainment center, even if I wanted to. There's not room. It's like narrow shelves. So I'm just going to put it flat, just like that. But that's pretty cool, right? I would say aesthetically, it probably looks better standing up, for sure. Like, that's probably the preferred, but I don't have the availability to do that, right? Okay. All right, so...
I would say that, like, if I had the digital-only version of the PS5, I would probably have it standing up vertically. But because I use discs all the time, I don't trust having my PS5 standing up when I'm using discs in them, right? Like, I don't trust it, like, being vertical with it just running vertically inside of it. I'd rather have it horizontal. But if it was all digital, like Phil uses, because Phil's a dumbass and only buys games digitally, when a lot of times you can find physical games that are way cheaper than the digital versions. Not like if you're only using it digitally, I guess it'd be fine and wouldn't matter, but meh.
I have a couple quick shout-outs to do.
Oh my god, we're skipping shout-outs.
Gaming. Grew up on it. I mean, ventilation-wise, it really just looks like the only vents this thing really has is on the bottom. And maybe a few on the back there. But I wonder, again, I'm distinctly wondering how loud this thing will run. Because people always say about PS4 and sometimes PS5 that they can run really loud and hot. I guess we'll see. You would think this is the next-gen model and it would be an improvement. But, aesthetically, I like it. And it was easy to figure out. Unlike the stand on the base PS5, which is kind of annoying. This is definitely better engineering. And, that's the
Says who?
So thank you for watching it, guys. Now, onward,
you haven't even, like, looked inside of it. You're just, like,
right?
browsing the outside.
PS5 Pro. Hope you all enjoy.
Like, if this was, like, an actual tech bro type of review, he would at least, like, take the sides off to show us, like, the interior components and shit like that, you would think.
So let's do it. I'm going to go hook it up. I got HDMI cable. I got my power cable and my Ethernet already stuff first. But I'll be here along the way. I'll actually leave the audio on. You'll hear the initial stuff. And,
so you're not even you're so fucking lazy. You're not even going to turn the camera around. You remember how much this asshole was boasting about how, it even has a follow me AI mode, and it could the camera can 360-degree turn around and follow me wherever I go in the fucking room. But he's too fucking lazy to turn the fucking camera around to see him squatting down and putting the fucking console in and everything. You lazy piece of shit.
I'm on the dashboard and everything's working, then we'll jump over and we'll experiment with it. So give me a minute. I'm just going to plug it in. Actually, controller-wise, if I just plug a controller in, will it auto-sync? I think so, right? You don't have to do it wireless. I don't know if I should. That way we're testing. Xbox Series X, they put a QR code on the screen without even, like, a warning.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, fuck. What the hell was his name that did that? That was so funny. Because, like, one of the fucking detractors, like, or was it one of his fans? I don't remember. It was one of the person was like, did it before he did it. And it's like, oh, hey, welcome so-and-so to your new Xbox. Like, DSP's like, what the fuck? That isn't me. What?
Someone on stream, one of my trolls got it, idiotically tried to claim possession of the console. Of course, I just denied it and logged in. They moronically doxed themselves. They basically put their own personal email on the screen, on my stream. So
oh, no. They showed their email. Darn.
That's like jeweler level activity.
Right? Yeah,
Doxing themselves publicly in front of like hundreds of people on a stream. Anyway, let's continue. Let me go plug it in.
Oh, the whole 200 people that watched him. Oh, my God. Everyone on the internet knew that day what his email was. Terrible. Like, I or anyone else who give two shits to someone knew what the hell my email was. You know what I mean? Who cares? Is he really not showing? Oh, my God. Riveting content, Phil. Dead air much?
Synced, but it's not giving me. I have it hooked up to HDMI to my capture device, and it's not doing video out for some reason. Maybe if I unplug and replug the HDMI cord, it'll trigger it or something. But it's not doing video out from the get-go for some reason.
And I'm pretty sure like his capture card isn't like qualified for 4K shit anyway. So like, what do you expect?
Reason it's on because the white light is on the front, which signifies PS5 is booted, but it's not giving me any video feed at all. So let me unplug and replug the HDMI and see if that triggers anything. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you better be careful, Phil. One of your fans likes their PS5s how they like their women. Thick. That might be common for Cat, Phil. Better be careful. Skipping.
I may have a faulty PS5 Pro. I'm not even kidding. I'll let you Technical difficulties. I may have a faulty PS5 Pro. I'm not even kidding. I'll let you know in a second.
Turn the camera around. I want to see this, Phil. Oh my God, it's faulty. It doesn't work because I don't understand it. Maybe next time I should like try to restream him setting it that PC up because that was pretty funny too. I kind of love these like tech issues that he has and him trying to set up fucking new consoles or PCs or whatever. I can't wait for him to get a new streaming PC so we can see him attempt to transfer over all of his data and all of his stuff from his old PC to the new one. That would be hilarious when that happens. I gotta migrate over all my stuff from the old PC to the new PC, guys. Something that should only take like maybe 20 minutes max. Probably take him like a week. Is it broken, Philip?
No. For some reason, it's not working with my capture device.
Womp,
I just plugged it directly into the TV, and now it's working. So let me maybe do the initial setup, and maybe I have to turn off HDCP or something, and then it'll work. Let's see. It could be HDCP. That might be what it is. That it has enabled by default, and so it's not working.
And again, he literally can't just turn the fucking camera to face the TV. Just for the setup part or anything like that. No. You can't do that.
My capture device.
No noise, all this dead air.
Right now it's trying to connect to the network.
You can't have like some like light music playing in the background like that's kind of quiet or anything. Nothing.
Okay. Can't obtain an IP address within the time limit, which probably means in order for this to connect, I have to completely restart my modem, which has happened. That has happened before where new things will not show up unless I completely restart the modem.
That just means your modem sucks ass, Phil. What the fuck? It literally cannot recognize your IP if you fucking... It forces you to restart your modem in order to recognize your IP? Really? What kind of janky ass fucking setup do you have there?
But what I can do...
Talk about jank.
Let me try to restart the actual router first. And if that doesn't work, then I gotta try the modem. But let me try unplugging and replugging.
Yeah, that means you'd have to, like, restart your stream, Phil.
In the router. Hold on.
Oh, the Comcast troll strikes again. He's fucked.
Now I have to redo the whole modem, which means the stream has to go down temporarily for me to do that.
Darn.
This happened also, yeah, it failed. This happened also with my PC. So basically the way that my network works is the modem has to be restarted and then it'll connect.
Well, your network sucks then, doesn't it? Like, this is awful.
And allow it to do it. So I gotta take the stream down temporarily. It's okay. I'll only be gone for a minute or two. I'll unplug, replug in my modem. It should fix this issue and then we'll continue on. So guys, please be patient. The stream's
what
gonna
a
go down
shitty
temporarily.
ass stream.
Then we're
Jesus
come back
Christ.
with more. I'm gonna shut down first on Kick. Guys on Kick, I'll see you in a few minutes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, and now I'm gonna say goodbye to YouTube.
Losers.
Guys, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Alright, skipping. What are the odds Phil's PS5 Pro's lemon?
Hello, everybody. Are we good? We're good on YouTube. We're
Are
good on the
we,
YouTube
Phil?
side, I'm being told. Hello, can you guys see me on Kick again? Are we good? Are we up and running? You see me and hear me? We're all back? All right, we're good. So that was the issue. It was the modem. Once I restarted the modem, the PS5 connected to the network. All right, I'm doing the visual setup now of the screen. I'll just HDR 1 of 3. Thing is, I'm not going to be doing HDR, but let's just...
God damn, how bright does he have that TV?
There.
It's like he's looking into a supernova over there. I can't see anything. No wonder you can't fucking see anything, Phil. Jesus. Just blinding light.
I'm not
I
Eastern
see
time.
the
I'm not
light.
Eastern time here. Absolutely not. I'm
Yeah,
Pacific
do
time.
Eastern time, bitch. The best time
Power options
zone.
for rest mode.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, optimize. I want custom experience, max everything.
Optimization complete.
Turn on everything, max power. I agree to their contract. All right. Update the system software. Yes, do that. Update right now. Cool.
This is
You know what this update is? It
riveting
just updated the
content,
PS5,
Phil. This is like
overnight, 'cause it was running this morning for
professional
PS5, so that's what this is.
level content. You couldn't have done this off screen. You have to do this on screen.
It's not. Mania says that's an extra security thing. You know, I don't know. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be everything would just work right away. But now, basically, I figured this out when I got my PC in August. I couldn't get it to connect to the internet no matter what I did. So then I just restarted everything, and then it worked. And then the same
Yeah,
thing
that was
last
funny.
month, when I went to play the Alan Wake DLC, I hadn't used my Xbox Series X in months, and it wouldn't connect to the internet, and I just restarted everything, and then it just worked. So it's something to do
That's
with my
not a
modem or whatever.
good
But hey,
thing,
if
though,
a simple
Phil.
restart is the issue or a fix, then I don't really care. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I just want to get this HDMI thing fixed because it wasn't working.
Yeah, my modem and my router are kind of all kinds of fucked up and like jerry rigged to work. But all I have to do is restart it in order for it to work again, and like I'm too lazy to actually figure out what the problem is, so it's fine.
With my capture device, it was giving me 0 output. So hopefully it's like an HDCP thing. It's going to update now.
Zero
so we'll see if I got a
output?
single HDCP and it works or whatever. It's working plugged directly into my TV. So the console's good. We just got to figure out why it wasn't working with the capture device. And my
Because the
baseline PS5
capture
works with my
device is
so we'll
outdated
definitely
as
figure it
fuck.
out. I did not like Forbidden West as much as Zero Dawn. I think Forbidden West had a beautiful world and culture, but sadly they didn't implement the gameplay elements very well. And you know, the cauldrons were mismanaged. Like they did a lot of bad things that they changed from the first, and I don't know why. If they had kept the same gameplay style from the first and just added a lot more, made it a lot bigger, I think it would have been great. But then they changed stuff that was just annoying. And by the way, for the record, yes, there's QR codes all over the install of this console too, just like there was with the Series X. So I'm glad I don't have this on screen. If it was on screen, people would be scanning right now and fucking with my account. How dumb is that? That they put QR codes on the screen. So anyone who's a streamer can't ever hook up a new console because people could scan and mess with their console. Now I know. I'm wise from the Series X installation.
Because most streamers are smart enough not to do that on stream. Like, you're the only retard that's retarded enough to do this while streaming, wasting your audience's time by setting this up on stream. when all the other streamers care more about their audience's time than to waste their time doing this.
You guys are so quiet over on Kick. No one's talking on Kick. Is everything okay over there? People are talking to me on YouTube.
I
It's
wonder
HDCP.
why.
It probably is HDCP. I'll have to disable it. Because it probably
The
assumes you're not doing
trolls
shit on
never
here, I'm not.
sleep. That's right, motherfucker. We
This
never
sits nice and
sleep. We're
flush now
always
with those feet.
here
It
to
just sits flat.
pounce in any
Perfect. The other-
opportunity
the
that
PS5
we
is always
can
wobbly on the stand.
to
This thing is just
fuck
nice and
Phil
flat
over.
and not wobbling around. So it's good. All right, so I got to sign
Why
into
would
my
it be
PlayStation
wobbling
Network account.
around? It's
Oh, you can
sitting
also sign in on a
stationary
PlayStation
on a
app.
fucking
that might be easier. I might do it that way.
shelf.
Because I have the PlayStation app.
What? This is at 1.5 speed, by the way. This is
PlayStation app.
not
Let's do this.
1.5 speed.
No, not Party Link. Get out of here. So where do I do scan QR code?
Listen to how slow this motherfucker is.
Scan QR code.
This is normal speed
There
right
you
now.
go.
It sounds like he's fucking asleep.
All right, let's see if this works.
Look how slow this is.
I'm staring at the code.
This is what it kind of sounds like. Staring at the thing.
I just gotta get closer.
God damn. He is slow as fuck.
Oh, cool. This is so easy. Nice. Easy? Wow, that's great. Okay, let's see.
Riveting content, Phil. Again.
Console sharing and offline play.
Why is the TV so far away from Phil? Good question.
This PS5 is able to play your games in media. Sure. This PS5 will be disabled, but that's fine. If I give it to my wife, she's going to enable that as her PS5. So, okay. Sweet. Your base PS5 stand is working with your PS5 Pro, and you can do it vertically? Seriously? Well, that's a hack. I didn't know that works. Transferring data from the console. You can transfer your games, save data, and more to this PS5. I'm not doing that now. We'll do it later.
Let me give my base PS5 as a hand-me-down cat. Because that's all she ever gets is the hand-me-downs and the more inferior versions of consoles. She doesn't deserve the top-notch brand-new consoles. She just gets my hand-me-downs, guys.
Right now it's doing 4K with which HDR, but I'm going to... Yeah,
even though I wanted to steal her old PC at one point, but...
How the hell do I disable the HDCP?
Oh, he's trying to disable that?
Anyone know how you do that? I'm looking for it right now.
Why would they know?
I just turned on enhanced quality for PS4 games. Settings, system, display. No. I'm in set screen. There is no. It's settings, screen, and video. It just sucks. It definitely says there's HDCP 2.3, and I have to turn it off, but I don't know how to do that on PS5.
And again, this could literally be solved by Googling. Take him like not even a full minute to Google this and find out where he has to go. But instead, he's willing to wait like half an hour for his dented fucking chat to tell him what to do.
There should be a box tool and tick in settings. That's great. Where? That's my problem. I don't see anything right now.
Where? You haven't told me where it is yet. You just said settings. You know how many settings are in the settings menu? God.
What? Enhanced image quality for PS4 games is only available doing 2160p and 1440p output. So I have to enable it to be 4K, and then I can use that mode. Wow. System HDMI. There's an HDMI setting. Okay, thank you. HDMI. Ah, yes. Yes.
Ah, he's almost stupid or something.
Fix our problem.
Gee, you mean the HDCP would be in the HDMI settings? What? That's insane.
Okay, I think that's going to fix it. All right, so now let's see. Let's see if this fixes it, okay? So now let me see if I can get this hooked up to my setup here.
Just a reminder, this is going at 1.5 speed. He is so slow. Philip? Hello? Hello? Mr. Burnell? Mr. Burnell, are you there? Where did this faggot go? Mr. Benalio. Uh-oh, Benalio.
Are you ready?
Oh, I got it to work.
Okay, hello
now.
everyone. Well, after some troubleshooting, I got my PS5 Pro working. We're gonna do our first ever walkthrough of the
YouTube
PS5 Pro
mode
right now. So the issue I was having is I hooked it up, okay, worked fine, and I tried to get it to work on my capture device, and it wasn't working. It was, for some odd reason, giving me no signal. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna assume the console's not busted. There's just something up with it jiving with my capture device. So instead of using the capture device, I plugged it direct into the TV, and lo and behold, it worked. So I did the initial setup. I synced it with my PlayStation Network account, which was incredibly easy. All you have to do is have the PlayStation app on your phone, and you have the account already working on your phone. And then all you do is you scan a QR code. Immediately, it just does everything for you. So now it's all enabled online, no issues. The only catch is you can only have one PS5 enabled at a time. So I had to disable this PS5. Still means it can be used, but it has to be someone else on another PlayStation account. So there you go. Might give it to my wife. I don't know. So
you don't know? I might give it to my wife.
I was like,
well, you clearly aren't going to sell it. We all know that. So you probably better give it to your wife, because otherwise, just collect dust. And even still, it might collect dust, because Kat doesn't seem interested in playing anything.
Bet, and some people were suggesting this in the chat. I'll give credit where credit is due. They said, guarantee you it's HDCP. They probably left HDCP, which is high definition copyright protection, on by default on the console. So that's why it's not capturing. So I went into settings. It was under system HDMI, and I disabled it, and now it works. So now I got it hooked up, and the PS5 Pro is good to go. And we're going to explore many different things on this today. I'm very excited. For the record, I'm using my nice fancy looking bluish purple controller instead of the one that they gave me.
Oh, it's fancy. It's not fancy. It's just another color, Phil. It's literally the same controller, but a different color. And like yeah, it's kind of cool to have a different color for a controller, like I said earlier, but I wouldn't call it fancy. It's not like a better controller because it's colored. It's not like the professional, like, isn't there like a super professional, more expensive PS5 controller? Just like there's a better, more professional Xbox Series X controller, right? It's like the more professional, more expensive version. That's not what this is. It's literally just a different color, and that's it.
Nice to have another one. All right. So the funny part is it says HDR,
so bright.
But I don't want HDR, because HDR is going... My capture device doesn't work with HDR at all. So I actually don't want this. So I'll probably disable this after the fact, because it's probably not going to look good for you guys. It's probably going to end up looking washed out.
Yep.
So actually, I should probably do that now. Let me go to settings, and it's probably screen and video. It's currently doing 4K resolution, HDCP off, okay? So what I want to do, I want to disable the HDR. So this means that on stream and on my videos, the quality will actually look better. When you enable HDR, but it doesn't work, it makes it all look washed out and crappy. So this will actually make it look better for you guys. I've literally never done anything in HDR before, because I haven't had a setup that's really been like compatible with it. So...
And you still don't?
I'll leave it off. So here's the thing I already found. Look at this. I don't think anyone even knew this. Are you ready for this? So it has a PS4 special mode, okay? Here it is. Enhance image quality for PS4 games. Improve the image quality of a PS4 game to enjoy higher quality gameplay for some games. Turn this off if you experience unexpected behavior during gameplay, okay? But...
I mean, the base PS5 does that automatically, too. I don't know if this... On the PS5 Pro, it does it more so than on the base PS5, but the base PS5... also kind of does that anyway.
I want to show you something. Currently, we're at 4K resolution, okay? It's 340 by 2160 at 60 hertz.
Which you can't stream on anyway yet. You can't stream in 4K yet, so...
Let's say we don't want to do 4K. What if we wanted to play in 1080p? By the way, this isn't supported by my TV. That's why there's no 1440p. Actually, I take that back. It's not my TV. It's my capture device. Doesn't do 1440p. Okay? So, let's say you wanted to do 1080p, okay? Because maybe you want to go 120 hertz, right?
Yeah, we get it. You can play it in a different... You can choose the resolution. Just like a base PS5. This isn't something new, Phil.
I want that, like Call of Duty. I would want 120 hertz.
Like, I know my TV isn't like the most like it can do 4K, but like I don't exactly remember, but
so it's gonna do that.
No, I have HDR on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so now we're at 1080p 60 hertz. Now I told it that I wanted to go up to...
I don't have a capture device, but I don't, because I don't stream.
Any games that will support 120 will now run at 120, stuff. Okay? Cool, because I know Call of Duty will support that. But here's the weird thing now, okay? I want to show you something. Look.
Oh, just one weird
Enhanced
thing?
image quality for PS4 games is grayed out, and it says this setting is only available during 2160p and 1440p, so if you can't play at 4K, you can't enhance your PS4 games on the PS5 Pro. That's the first thing I discovered.
Dang it!
We should probably talk about that. Some people might not know that. That's important to know. Don't go buy a PS5.
And then he's like acting like he knows what he's talking about over here too. Like, bro, who cares?
Bro, if you're playing at only 1080p, you're gonna have.
I just figured this out.
4K if you want to have certain advantages. Okay, so FYI, there you go. By the way, Joe Man, thank you. 41 months as a member. He says I've been. installed on here is Astro's Playroom, which is not surprising. That's the one that came pre-installed. I think so, right?
Oh, is he going to re-download all?
On this dang thing. Can't even remember. Where did you see?
He doesn't know how to re-download his old games, bro. Oh my god, he doesn't know where to go to re-download all his older games. That is fucking phenomenal. That is insane. How do you not know where the hell you're supposed to go to re-download your old shit?
Your library.
That's not your That's not the library. You're browsing the store. How do you find your library?
Scroll all the way to the right. No.
Up.
This is the store, but how do I see my library?
No, go to the main menu, not in the store. Oh my god.
Home screen all the way to the right.
How do you not know? Your collection. Oh my god.
I don't want console storage.
Your collection. Jesus
right,
Christ.
Now we're talking, because I got a lot of games that I can put on this sucker. And
bro, this guy is so right fucking stupid. Holy shit.
I want to try Street Fighter 6 4K.
Yeah, do the PS4 version, Phil. How do you fucking not know where to go to re-download a game?
Like. Ideally, you wouldn't want to play Street Fighter 6 in 4K because
he does this for a job.
Like. Elden Ring.
He does this for a job. What is Leanna doing here, by the way?
Right? They're saying that this is one of the biggest visual improvement games is Final Fantasy VII.
The only time you'll ever play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again is to test out this bullshit.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2. That's definitely one that we want to test for sure. Okay. Sadly, I don't have the current Call of Duty on here, and I'm not going to pay for it. I got it on Game Pass. Maybe Resident Evil 4. Yeah, maybe Resident Evil 4 we could test. Resident Evil Village we could test. Right? I'm going to grab a bunch. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Resident Evil 4, PS5 edition. Crap, what did I do? Here we go.
Alright, I think I'm getting a little bored here of this. Alright, actually, I think I'm probably going to call it quits for this stream. I think I need to get something to eat, and it's getting a little... That'll be it. I'm surprised it took me 2.5 hours just to do that. Jesus Christ, he is so fucking slow. Oy. Sorry about that. Anyway, I know I still have a lot to cover. Unfortunately. I'll try to catch up later on. Maybe I'll do another stream on Monday. I'll have to check to see what I'm doing on Monday. But thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching. Thank you everyone in the chat. I apologize for have not been streaming for a while before. I'll try to do it more regularly. Like I said, it's been a little bit busy at work and everything like that. But thanks for stopping by, everyone, and I'll see you all later. Oh, and if I don't see you guys again before Thanksgiving, stay safe and have a safe and happy holiday. And watch out for other people driving, because they don't know how to fucking drive. All right. See you guys later.